Hello, everyone. We are the Lost Caravan RPG. We do one-shots, mini-series, and long-running campaigns. If it's TTRPG, we pretty much do it all. Tonight, we are playing a game that has been not only on the radar forever to play, but also on the docket forever, for like 3 months. But we are here, we are ready. We're playing some Orbital Lose. Before we dive into it, we do have just a few announcements to go through. Our casting call for next month is out. You can find it either on our Twitter at Lost Caravan RPG, or you can join our Discord. Link is down below that big old button that says Discord. It's where we post said casting calls, schedules, and just generally hang out and be giant nerds. Other than that, if you miss any of our streams, you can find them on our YouTube channel. It's just Lost Caravan RPG at YouTube. And it would be super cool if you give us a follow over there and just check out some of our videos, because we have a lot of cool people that do a lot of cool stuff. And we have a website, lostcaravanrpg.com, where you can find some of our cool merch, as well as information about the team behind the stream and the community that helps to support. Whew. All right, that's all I got. But to kick up the music here, to go around, give everyone a chance for the lovely cast and crew in front of us to tell you who they are and who they're playing to. I'm going to go clockwise, starting from me, which means that we are starting with Turk.
Oh boy. Hey everybody, I am Turk, or Turk Accented, if you want to let the cold indifference of the universe actually strike upon your soul like a coward or something. I will be playing Hale, and it is going to be a rapid departure from this chummy tone I have for the rest of the cast, because I think they're all awesome people. Once in character, that might change. I just want you all to know now, I think everyone here you see on your screen is great. And nothing I said in clips should be taken as my actual opinion. That is all.
We're going to see that, we'll call it animosity for lack of a better term, immediately. First scene, right off the bat. I'm so excited for it. But that brings us over to Holly.
Okay. Hey, I'm Holly.
Oh.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Yep.
Give
Are
me a
you?
second.
Hello?
I think you're echoing. I think you're. Oh.
We need to come back to you?
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, great. I can't hear you, but we'll go from there. I'll figure it out in a second. That's okay. I'm Holly. I'm OMG Holly D everywhere on the internet. Whatever your poison, find me. Let's be friends. And I am going to be playing Kate Fancy Barlow, and she is her idea is the oh my gosh, my brain is the lovesick, or she's like that's her trouble, and she's playing essentially um the lonely heart and with a touch of the ears. So, but yes, that is her, and she is excited. I'm very excited to play this. I have no idea what I've gotten myself into, but I'm looking forward to it.
Heck yeah. And then over to Taylor.
Hello. I can hear things now too. I don't know what just happened. Hi. I'm Taylor at _potato_ everywhere on the internet. And I am playing Boz Dallas, who's lucky gambler and the driver of this here crew. And I'm sure no one could ever dislike or blame her for a single thing.
No.
Anyway.
Never.
This little peach, never.
Over to DJ.
That is me, DJ Stevosaurus, on I think every social because I made them all at the same time. I made a very dumb name choice when I was 15 years old because we're smart. I will be playing Quincy Hopkins, the old dog of the crew, guy who's been around a little while, a retired private detective. Just think Columbo in space.
Fair
How
enough.
many more? But how many more things?
Just one more thing.
Okay.
And then over to Karish.
Hi, I'm Karish. Karish Valandar, pretty much everywhere. Twitter, here, I don't know. Just yeah. And I am playing Quinn. I'm playing the crack shot, so I'm really good at shooting things with my pistols. Some also say that I'm the devil's right hand. So which makes me a little bit better than most folks, I guess. At least in shooting things.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I don't know what they all did, but I'm just kind of just here for the guns, I guess.
I guess that just leaves me. Of course, I am Andrew, your storyteller for tonight's game, and for most games around here, you are going to see a bunch of friendly faces behind the GM seat in the coming weeks, because we have a bunch of great people that want to tell a bunch of great stories, and we are here to support. All right, I think I can finally shed leather jacket of mine because it is 1,000 degrees in here. And speaking of lucky,
Hey.
all right, for some ambiance as we dive into just a little bit of scene. In a poker game gone so very well, but at the same time so very poorly, we find ourselves one ship richer, a few more enemies in the book, and one crew member down. Hale has been incarcerated. Now, we won't go into details of who we're blaming and whose fault it is and who maybe needs to get better at poker.
Look, blackjack's my game, okay? I should have known better.
All that matters is getting your friend, your crewmate, your accomplice out of incarceration and back into freedom. Of course, the easiest means of doing so is simply paying off the right people. This does mean, however, that you're going to be in debt just a little bit. But it's not like you haven't been there before, and it's not like you haven't worked your way up in the past. Nothing you can't handle. As the Wayward Sun sits outside of the detention center, the shuttlecraft landing just a few docks away from where you're currently parked. You see the handful of inmates currently being released, getting escorted from the shuttle, getting unshackled and released into the station. Hale, as you are escorted to your freedom, you want to give us a description of what you look like?
Now I'd like to attack my party. No, of course. No descriptions, just combat. Hale is to say well built feels a bit too general given the bulk of the prison clothes that he's currently in. His shoulders seem to jet back just a bit further than normal, but honestly, the bulk of his body just appears kind of hidden. Though what is there is, of course, large. He's a large person. standing at least ahead over a person who says they're 6 foot on Tinder. A bit of a Mediterranean complexion. He sports facial markings that some on the crew would recognize as something he's had ever since they've known him. But he does wear it with a very sour expression. It's not quite graying yet, but it seems like what few hair that he lets grow on his head is starting to dry up, which I imagine matches the environment that we find ourselves in now.
So, and Hale, I'm gonna leave it up to you. As you are escorted off the shuttle and you step into this main waiting area, scanning the room, who is the first one you lay eyes on?
Oh, it's absolutely gonna be Boz.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Boz, you want to give us a character description?
Yeah. So Boz is actually 6 foot and does say proper height on Tinder, but is very, very tall, very long, very lanky. Definitely probably has like on probably similar like kind of muted bomber jacket vibe, but then like everything else is really bright. Like we're talking e-girl levels of just like bright clothes, metallic-y shiny bits and things here or there, and is probably standing, has just like the smile, but the eyes are pure panic, and is like looking just like directly below Hale's gaze, so like looking at him but like not in the eye. Good to have you back.
Just, I imagine he hasn't gotten through the transfer area
Like
just yet, as the guards are
customs.
still. Yeah, and he's just going to like bang to like the metal gauntlets against the glass.
I try very hard to not flinch. I don't know if feasibly she does, but she's really trying not to.
But then he'll look over just to see who else bothered to show up, or whether this is going to be a real easy in and out kind of situation.
Are any of the rest of you in there? Or are you waiting back out in the Wayward Sun?
If knowing the context, I don't think Hop would leave Boz alone, because we might still end up a crew member behind.
Fair enough.
So, like Kate, she's like, well, she knows she's got something she's gonna do, but she's like, I want to see what all this fuss is about. So like she's not exactly front row, but she's definitely in the back there, like trying to see what we're doing here, who we're getting.
Quinn is like not on the ship, but she's standing by the ship. So like if it's at a building or whatever, she's standing just like by the gangway of it, waiting for everyone to show up.
Well, we can just go down the line then. Quinn, since we already know you're there, you want to give us a brief character description?
Yeah. So he is 5'6", is very honest about it on Tinder.
I love us.
Almost the aesthetic opposite of Boz, in that his clothes are very drab. He's got like, an old jacket on, a button-up shirt that's tucked in, but very obviously it was tucked in after the belt was tightened and just kind of shoved in there, so it's a little wrinkly. Got on like leather boots that have seen better days. You can see like a little shoulder holster that has a small pistol there, but pretty unassuming. And like little flecks of gray and salt and pepper in his beard and hair.
I just realized that we have a Quinn and a Quincy.
Whoops. Whoops.
Love it.
What are you talking about? We have a Quinn and a Hop.
It's true.
That's such a 90s reference.
Well, Quinn, you want to give us the description?
Yeah. So she's got like medium length brown hair that's usually pulled back into a braid with a few stragglers kind of framing her face. She normally has on a worn jacket, and it's like it's not super hidden unless it needs to be, but she carries her pistol pretty close to her where she's able to get it out real quick. Yeah, she stands she's on the smaller-ish side, so she's about 5'4", 5'3", but she gets an inch from her boots that she wears.
All right. And then up to Kate. You go with Kate or Fancy?
So Fancy is like what I'm gonna call her slang name, but Kate is her real name. She rarely gets called Kate.
Mostly
Unless
Fancy.
you yes.
Okay.
But yes. So Fancy is not fancy. She is wearing a like a black like tank top type thing, pretty much like what I'm wearing, which you can't see, but it has a bunch of fringe on it. Looks like she belongs out at a honky tonk, and she's wearing like jeans and they're dirty. They are not clean. And some good old uh like rhinestone cowboy boots. We're just going for it. That's like the only fancy thing she really has on her, and the necklace that she's wearing. Her hair is in braids, and she does have a cowboy hat on. She looks like she's going to the rodeo to
Absolutely.
meet her man. Like,
So, is Fancy the only one here that has not met Hale before?
I would say so.
Can I retcon and say I don't? I'm a little
oh
scared.
well, great, good. All right.
All right. Then, Hale, as you were finally put through processing, they pull out this card. It almost looks like a credit card. They swipe it through. All your information pops up on the screen. The individual, the correction officer behind the counter, just looks at it. You. Awfully short stint. Must have some good friends out here.
Something like that.
I'm just thumbs up at that.
Bless.
The best.
And
But though it might be an awfully short stint out of here too.
Good luck with them. Hands you over the card, which does come with a singular credit, basically to get you off of this station and to kind of help you kickstart your life.
I'm the richest man of the group.
But you're let through. One by one, everyone is brought off the shuttle, brought through processing, and freed. And now, Boz, there is absolutely nothing between you and Hale but about 30 feet.
Hale's gonna start walking over now. The cuffs are off. He's got
I'm so scared.
gloves. He's got a big pair of gloves on that he's rolled up and swapped out his prison wear for like a large, the kind of thing you have to buy at a Big and Tall. And he'll just calmly walk up, just crack one finger in his gloves, and
Hale,
pause.
not for nothing, but orange is a pretty good color on you.
He doesn't even seem to turn your way. Give me one.
You're on your
Give me one good reason not to skin you like the rat you are.
Oh, I should really have a reason, huh? Because I feel so very sorry. You are one of my bestest friends, and I should not have put you in a situation that could have been a losing battle. Sorry about that. And also, I think I'm the only one that knows how to drive the ship to get us out of here. And I missed you.
I won't.
I did up a bunk for you. Here, let me show you. And I just like speed walk away.
So, Hale hasn't seen the Wayward Son. Right?
No, never saw it. I heard about it. Heard that get this job done. And heard about it. Said get this job done, and it will all be set.
So as you all kind of turn and start heading back towards the dock that you all landed in, you'd see out of those massive bay windows a older vessel, very much rectangular in design, a former warship, now decommissioned, sold off at auction, but has been repurposed by all of you. There's a newer mining laser attached to kind of the front gun bay, which this thing is meant to cut through asteroids in a matter of seconds. This is not a dinky piece of weaponry. But other than that, it kind of looks like it's fallen apart in a lot of places.
Damn, Hop. Good ship. Hope it was worth it.
Don't look at me. I ain't the one who won this one. That's
Yeah.
on Boz. She's a good girl, though. She kind of like taps the side of it and a metal sheet falls off. Oh,
Has he?
look at that.
I mean, we haven't met yet, but I heard your body was the prize, or the payment at least. And
Gotta
I like,
pass.
like, Fancy sticks out her hand. She's like, Fancy, nice to meet you. Sorry about your luck.
Wasn't my luck. And he's gonna walk past you.
He's
Who's
so
the new
mad.
meat, Hop?
Just
Fancy.
for anyone that's brand new to the stream and has never seen Turk play a character before, Turk is one of the nicest players you will ever have at the table that can
Nah, let
play an absolute asshole.
This is actual real life. I just
Transferring.
The
It's
nice
fine.
guy is the roleplay. This is actual Turk.
just leaves you hanging and just walks right up the gangplank.
As
But
he
And-
walked,
does ask Hop like, what kind of name's Fancy, Hop?
she kind of just like she hears them mutter that, but like doesn't care, and she's been kind of like she kind of kicks up some dust, and she like goes on, and she's just like following behind because like, well, Boz is gone. She ran like the western wind.
as he
You
walks up
see
the
me like peeking
gangplank,
through a like doorway, watching like disappear again.
as he goes up the gangplank, Quinn is just standing there, kind of like leaning out under her nails. Good to see you, Hal.
Queen. Looking well.
You're looking not too bad.
Yeah, well, 3 square meals will do that for you.
Probably ate better than we did.
Worked harder too.
Boz got you a bunk set up.
Oh, Boz got me a bunk.
You two can talk that out. Just don't shoot too much inside.
Oh, don't worry.
It's
I'll keep the ship intact, but there's not going to be a lot of talking.
if you do like rip off a railing or something to beat her with, just put it back,
You
or
understand
at least
me,
make
huh?
sure it's not critical to anything.
I'll be in my bunk.
As we all kind of spread through this vessel, which could easily hold probably 10 crew fairly comfortably. At that point, you start to get a little packed, but the 5 of you are more than enough to man it. Would anyone be around in a position to take in your surroundings? Obviously, Boz, who's piloting.
I mean, I probably would be definitely like up there.
You up on the
Oh,
deck?
I would absolutely be up in the cockpit area with Boz.
Excellent.
He'll
I
sit. He'll
love
sit
this.
in some like not right in the co-pilot's chair, but just like behind somewhere.
So it's kind of set up like a speedboat where you have like the driver's
Hmm.
seat, and then behind that there's like a pilot seat, like so they're back to back, and then it's just
Mm.
kind of like rows of seats behind there.
He's just like as close as he can sit. He's watching, not at Boz, but at how Boz, but looking at Boz's hands and the things they do with intent.
There's a lot of like wringing my hands for a minute, but
Go on, Boz. Fly us out of here. I want to learn.
oh,
I like
oh,
to
that's why you're here. Oh shit. Okay.
like Fancy is like, well, I surely can sense the animosity, but I mean, we do need her to fly.
For now.
I see that you took piloting lessons in prison, eh?
I'm a quick study.
Well, we'll see. And I kind of like look over at Boz, and I'm like I heard what happened, but dang, like,
Yeah. I feel like, Boz is fully uncomfortable. But I think it's less in Boz's head. It's less I'm going to die. It's oh no, somebody's mad at me.
Oh,
baby!
That is the vibe, of like she's like he probably won't kill me, right? Like I'm gonna pretend that he's not going to make myself feel better. But yeah, just kind of gives you this look of just like just to turn it on and
hey, Fancy. You think in an emergency situation you could set her down all right?
I mean, I could probably try. It's not my first rodeo, if you know what I mean.
Oh. Well, that encourages me greatly. We're going to get along great, Fancy.
All right. She's
Fancy, under
like,
your seat over there, there's a little bit of a manual, so if you really do gotta put it down, it tells you how, all right?
she just kind of like nods, and Fancy like walks over and like pulls out this manual and like plops down in that little like behind the captain's chair seat and just like crosses her legs and like opens it up like she's like reading Reader's Digest. Yes,
It's
that's
just
right. For you old people out there, shout out to my old people.
This
Yes.
puff of dust as you open it.
Oh, and she's like, oh, well, okay. I'm just hoping that it's not ruined by wear and tear. And I just like start at page 1.
Let me know when you get to
See,
the part
Hale?
about. Oh, well, see what?
Oh, we got to back up if, you want to go ahead and get your business taken care of, or are we going to keep doing this? I just
Oh,
want to know what kind of tunes I need to put on.
I don't know. Amazing Grace. Something to soothe
I've
the
never been much of a
soul.
religious
he,
type.
he says that, and in the background, you hear Fancy go, like, like,
Fancy, how about you keep your opinion yourself until you find out exactly how many fingers someone needs to pilot a ship?
all right.
Would
I
it
mean,
make you feel better if you take one of them? I can tell you I don't use my pinky a lot.
It's a start.
as you pick up
I'm
the
not
engine.
gonna give you a star.
I'm gonna play.
Yeah, this is all happening while I'm
yeah,
doing
no,
like
yeah.
liftoff
Yeah.
sequencing.
Right?
I'm gonna play Boz's theme song as you crank up the music, pull out of the docking bay, and we enter the void of space. Now, everyone in this area knows that if there's a place you need to go to blow off steam, to get information, to find a job, to buy and sell pretty much anything, it's the Rattler's Den. So as we pull in, you first notice that it's a little busier than usual. You'd also see that a lot of the ships currently docked are marked with the insignia of the Vipers, a gang that runs in this part of space. Not that
This makes Fancy very nervous. The amount of people purely.
Not that any of you should have any reason to fear a local gang, but nonetheless, we pull in. Your ship is scanned. You do have the ability to forge your digital signature. Are you doing so, or would this come up as the Wayward Son?
I feel like probably default is forging it. Unless anyone's like, we could be above board here or fine, like.
I think, we would probably be best at forging our IFF at the
Alright.
very least, yeah.
Then the scan does a half-hearted job at best. You can tell that they hit the cargo bay, but they're not like scanning through any of your cargo. They're not checking your cargo manifest list. Nothing. It's more of a formality than. And with that, get the signal to go ahead, pull your ship in. We're in docking bay 47.
Where?
47.
Didn't take long.
I'll post in the chat. It's just
And wasn't that such a smooth ride? I could imagine it would have been a little bumpy and hectic if I was, maybe missing a digit or two.
get up.
Excuse me, this is my cat. Taylor doesn't know. What is this part called? Pilot's
The
Cockpit.
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 bridge.
That's the word I was looking for.
Bridge
She said
cockpit.
it's tailored. I was like,
Yeah, she says, I stand up when I wanna, and I happen to wanna.
Good, and he's gonna throw his big arm around you because you're buying me a drink. I think you're buying the whole
Good.
crew a drink.
Is it gonna make you angry if I tell you I ain't got no money, so I'm gonna have to gamble for our drinks? Because I spent all my money to get you out of jail.
The grip on your shoulder squeezes.
love.
I mean, I won't include you in it. You'll just get the benefits, like this ship. Isn't that great? Anyway, let's go.
Oh, last time the ship was a benefit, I was quite involved.
That's true. I'll loop in Fancy too, and kind of like I'm
And
just
she,
holding on, like
yeah, you like
please help.
pull her out of the seat, and she's
Ain't
like,
we just a trio? Come on, get the whole crew involved.
and
Huh? When? We're
Mhm.
going drinking. Pilot's treat.
Yeah.
Captain.
And as Hop gets up, he makes every old dad sound getting up.
Back in
Well.
Okay, I'm good to go.
Good,
All right.
good.
You all step off. You get that wonderful scent of recycled air as basically this glass dome just encompasses every back alley deal, every dive bar, every black market shady merchant that you could ever want, all in one place. And for a lot of you, this probably feels like home, or some version of it. But we're not here to mingle and to buy and sell. We're here for the Rattlers. A place currently flooded with members of the Viper Gang. Is there anything you'd all like to do as we take the short jaunt across the spacewalk to the somehow run-down structure that is the Rattler's Den, as if it was intentionally built to look like a run-down bar?
Quinn is keeping her eye out. Like, I feel like she's kind of always like just keeping an eye out of their surroundings and making sure that no one's going to jump them so she can get, like, you know, the quick draw on someone if they do pop up or something.
No. You want to give us a very first roll?
Sure. No
Let's,
pressure.
Let's go with an observation roll.
And that's just a straight roll, right?
This is just 2d6 and you're trying to get an 8 or higher.
Depending on what Quinn sees, I may want to do something stupid.
Don't worry,
That's
Quincy's
the name of the game. today.
Quincy's nothing. I got a 4.
Even though you know that no one here could possibly know you, you are all still getting looks. And there's a few that just seem to linger for just a moment too long, but it also could just be your imagination.
Her hand is very twitchy right by her gun, her pistol. It's just very twitchy.
Okay. We've got a lot of people looking at us, but I'm also standing by 7+ foot tall, however large Hale is.
Big. You're very close, standing very next to.
Yeah. And I'm not going to leave that spot. In fact, I think I want to kind of... Hale doesn't know it. I'm using him again. I'm as a little bit of a shield. Try and block some people's view if there's any certain prying eyes. If anyone's close enough, just like, I'm not going out of my way. That maybe I could just like bump a shoulder and pick a pocket real quick so we can have some money to buy.
We'll take a
some
cred chip
drinks.
from someone?
Right out the gate.
Yeah.
A cred chip that was probably pickpocketed from someone else?
Yeah, exactly. It's just the traveling cred chip, you know? How mad can you
yeah.
really be?
Cred chip begot.
How about a savvy roll?
Yes, that's what I was hoping for. So does that mean I add a +2 to the end, or it's like 2 more dice?
A +2 to the total number.
Okay.
So you basically need to hit a 6 or higher on 2D.
That's fine. I rolled an 8 + 2, 10.
Just this big ol' individual. Looks like it probably spent too much time in the gym and not enough time actually working on their people skills. Just kind of takes the shoulder bump and just grunts. Not even paying
Hale.
attention that your hand just slipped into the pocket, pulled out their crit chip.
I feel like this was like right in front of Fancy sees I'm holding her as close as Hale is holding me as protection,
And
so I'm
she's
just like
short.
over her shoulder. Yeah, I like just this guy's so tall that his pocket's to Fancy's head, and my hands over the shoulder, just like.
Like right
nope.
And
I
I'm
just like slip it into Fancy's like front pocket. I'm like, hold that for me real quick. Let's go.
All right. As we get to the door, push in the swinging, old-timey... They're not even real doors. No one knows why they use them. They're basically just planks of wood that are hung up in the doorway and kind of swing back and forth. But you can hear the sound of the live band, the banjos, the violin, the guitar, all of it just booming, barely audible over the conversations that are going on. What would you like to do?
Well, Fancy goes in, and after the creditors dropped in her pocket, she kind of looks at Boz and is like, "Well, I feel like I could use a drink."
Hell,
And
what we're
I,
drinking?
and I, and I look over at Hop, and I'm like, "Oh man, what are you feeling like, Quinn? You?"
Been a while since we've been to a proper bar. Wonder if I had this old style of whiskey my wife and I used to like.
Whiskey. Old whiskey, too. Oh, that sounds lovely. Come on,
Sounds
boss.
brassy.
Go and buy the
Yeah.
man the nice whiskey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Bottle for the table, I guess, maybe.
Oh, you can get it. That'd be mighty nice of you.
Well, I'm
On
typically a
it.
gin girl, but I'll make an exception if it's really old.
We'll see. I'm just like grab the cred chip back out of the pocket, and just if I'm finally getting free of Hale, I'm just like,
Just
Okay.
like pushes you up a little bit as they go to find a table.
So, to put it
Fun.
to perspective, 2 creds is basically what you would get for like a low-paying bounty. It's quite a bit. That's enough to, if you were scrimping and saving, 2 creds would get you through for a month.
nice. Okay, cool. I'm feeling better, but I will still get the good whiskey.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're just giving them the cred chip and saying we want the good stuff, like the guy behind the bar would take it, look at you, look at the cred chip back at you, reach under
Just I have this smile that's like, obviously, you know where this is from.
reaches under the counter, pulls out just like this crystal bottle of whiskey, and it says Nightfall on it.
Fancy. Can I get 5 glasses with that, please? I
I'm like, did you
appreciate
say something?
something?
You want clean glasses?
Preferably.
Rich folk coming in. Like pulls out some glasses
I
and
take that as a compliment. I'm like, oh my god.
like picks up
God,
a
you just
rag
rich.
and sniffs it and tosses it to the side, picks up another one, looking for the cleanest rag and wipes out all the glasses. Sets them
It's
down
fine. The
for
liquor's
you.
gonna kill most of it, right?
That's the idea.
I will wipe them off even better with my shirt as I'm walking over. I'm like, okay.
As you all take your table and you're waiting for Boz to come back, you can't really help but overhear conversation at a nearby table. Handful of
Away.
individuals kind of wearing the Viper spacesuits with those tattoos that kind of run like kind of the bottom of the face down into the suit itself. Loudly talking about the last job that they picked up. An old military contract, which ended up being a 2-for-1. A repossession from a ship that went, the pilots went bankrupt, so they wanted the ship, brought back in. And the pilot himself is also wanted as a bounty.
And they just picked this up, you said.
Just picked it up. They are here to celebrate before setting off in the morning.
That sounds like a hell of a thing. To the rest of those as bosses all the way back. What work you all get up to on your new ship, I might ask? Sure is fancy.
I mean, not too much really. We got that in the deal, and then Boz mostly spent a lot of her time trying to figure out how to get you out.
That's so.
That's it is. You know me to be a liar?
Every fiber in my body says I ain't calling you a truther. But he'll just stare at you.
That's why none of us have any credits to our name.
Well, ain't that sweet, y'all? That just real sucks the poison out of this viper's wound, doesn't it?
Speaking of vipers, she's just gonna like look around at the probably numerous gang members that are all around.
Yeah, we got ourselves quite a packed house. Suppose we should be careful where we start trouble. But,
Have we ever been careful about that?
well, you were missing the but. That contract is juicy. I mean, I know I'm just fresh out of it, but
Would depend on how quick a study you actually are. I was the only one we know that can fly a ship.
Fancy is walking up as Hob says that. I said, "Well, now I'm learning."
Fancy's doing a great job. Fancy be a very quick study were something to happen to our, as some would put it, very gracious and kind pilot.
Foreign drinks. I'm just like, oh, I'm sure Fancy could handle it just fine as long as y'all don't get into too much heat, you know. Make sure that Hop has the biggest pour, and then we'll set the bottle in front of his spot as well after getting it all and sit down.
Boss, we were
Contract?
just talking about you. Nothing good, I assure you.
I wouldn't expect anything but that.
Sit. Drink it.
Again, I sit when I want to. Sits down. Damn. You're gone a couple of months and you act like we got no manners.
I'm sorry. I think I'm just, what's the proper term? Return the favor? Because I think
You
it's
want me
pretty
to go
bad.
sit in the jailhouse for a bit? I'll do it.
You're muted.
Am I? Am I?
No.
Oh,
Nope.
no, I hear.
Now you're good.
I'm sorry, my voice is like going in and out. I'm trying really hard. Um, I look at Hale and I'm like, you act like you're the only one that's ever gone to jail for somebody else.
That's
I mean,
so?
it's nothing special. I don't know why you're giving her such a hard time. She said she was sorry. She got you out. And she's like, come be on this ship. Here's a bunk. Sounds like you're ungrateful to me.
Gave you the softest one, too. And I hope you saw my hand-stitched little pillow I put in there for you. It says I'm sorry.
Embroidered.
Yeah. I made it black. I'm pretty sure that's your favorite color. I honestly don't really know.
So nothing's changed.
Well,
You
what
went
would have
through all
changed?
that. I went through all that. And still you ain't nothing but someone trying to make up for your own mistakes.
Yeah. Honestly. I've been doing some inner working so I can now admit that I'm a flawed individual and will never live up to my parents' standards. And you know, it's fine. It's fine. Y'all were talking about some contract or something, right?
I wanted to rip your guts out. Now it looks like it's be worse punishment just to let you live. Sobbing like that.
Hop just pats Baz's back. It's alright. It's alright.
No, for contract, for business talk. Drinks. Cheers. Get me out of there. Halfway decent, nicest things y'all ever done for me.
Well, since we just met, I'd say you're probably right. And she like,
Well, if you don't time too, we're gonna have a lot in common.
Quincy, as you all cheers and down the very smooth whiskey, like this, whatever synthesizer this went through was clearly functioning properly, unlike most of the drinks and food that come through a place like. Uh, you hear the chair kind of like scoot against the wooden floor behind you. Someone stands and then immediately comes toppling over backwards, basically onto you. Their drink spilling over themselves, spilling over you, and just laughter just filling this side of the bar. This individual, about
Onto
the
who?
same
On
size
Paul?
as Quincy,
Oh, okay.
about the same size as you, just looks up at you, just absolutely furious. The hell do you think you're get? Let go of me!
Wasn't holding you.
God, made me
Got you from
spill
busting
my
your bum.
damn drink. Who do you think you? Do you know who I am? As he's physically incapable of standing at the moment, just stumbling back and forth.
Fancy sees
Like
this
a young man who needs a little bit of help. I'm gonna
and
try
like,
and help him to a seat.
yeah, like, and I snatch out the empty glass that got spilled and just throw what's left, like what my glass is, just right in the hand. I was like, didn't look like you spilled much. Like, and I just turn right back around and like pour some more in in the cup I
Uh,
got.
you would all notice that this is the same table that was just talking about this job.
Good. They're good and drunk. We got a head start.
We can get a
I know
further
where we're
head
going.
start.
Did they like name drop the name of the ship or the captain?
Would you like to make another observation roll?
Sure.
Yep.
That's an 8.
Beautiful. The ship's name is the Void Voyager, and the captain is Silas McAllister.
While I am helping this very inebriated man to his seat, could I try and like pat down and palm out like ship keys or like an ID card, whatever
Love.
this system uses to like get into ships?
Ah, how about a savvy roll, but with 3d6 taking the lowest?
An old man can't be mean to me. Savvy. I can do math, I promise. With my plus one, it comes to 8.
Beautiful. Just kind of reaching in, grabbing whatever you can from the pockets, finding, that ID chip that any pilot would need to not only get access to their ships, but to start it up and to, pass any safety inspections that it would run through. Yeah, not keeping a very close eye on a very important object, and you're able to just slip it out of the pocket.
So like I'll set him down, kind of like dust myself off, like slip it into an inner jacket pocket. Now, would you like a cup of water, son? Something like that. Help you sober up a bit.
Even as you're
And like
like
I'll
helping
bring him a
him take
glass
a
of water.
seat, everyone else is still laughing and joking and kind of like at his expense. Like, you can't hold your damn liquor. Babe, fresh out of the womb over here, can't even stand. And he's just looking for someone to take this anger out on, and just kind of like shoves you back away. You look here. I like gestures towards the embroidery on the flight suit. I am a member of the Vipers, and we will not be disrespected in this fashion. And starts to try to get back to his feet.
Oh no, sir. I wouldn't want to disrespect you or anything like that, but it ain't fun beating a man my size, is it? I could get you somebody that is more worth your time in a fight. And I'm just gonna look back to Hale.
Hale is absolutely just finished another shot of whiskey and cracks his neck and stands up. Sorry, I heard something about someone trying to respect vipers.
Will take like 2 steps towards you, Hale, and is gonna reel back, take a swing, but is still like a good 2 feet from even being close enough to hit you, and just kind of goes stumbling onto the table that you were all just sitting. Everyone else has kind of stopped laughing. The music has kind of started to lower until it's finally off, and bar kind of goes silent.
Son, that's not how you start a proper fight. And I would love to grab the scruff of his jacket and the belt of his pants and basically hammer throw him into his buddies at the table.
How about is it called muscles?
A muscle check, you mean?
How about a muscle before we kick off initiative?
Hey.
All right.
Hey, Buzz, you might want to go start the ship.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pouring what's left of my shot into the bottle and like everyone else's and corking it and putting it in my pocket. I'm like, shit.
So with my +2, that is a total of 10.
Beautiful. Just go sailing into the others. And with a villain point redeemed so timely.
Oh no, Kian, no!
We're
I
gonna
feel like the
kick off.
villain points all just need to go to Hale for just whenever he wants to like make good.
Right.
So, for initiative order, we're all gonna roll a d3 and add your savvy score.
Well. 2.
5 from Boz.
Did you say a D3?
A d3, yeah.
Yeah.
So 1 and 2 on your d6 is 1. 3 and 4 would be 2. So that's why I have a 2. And 5 and 6 would be 3.
Quincy at a
And you
3.
said plus savvy?
Plus your savvy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a 5.
5, you're tied up there with Boz. And Quinn?
4.
4. Boz and Fancy, I'll leave it up to the two of you. As this gentleman goes flying across the bar, and this seemed to be the catalyst that this place was looking for. People just start taking swings at other people. Not even anyone who was involved. They just
Good.
find someone nearby and take a swing.
Point of order.
Mhm.
How dare you not say, I think it's time we do this thing, get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Missed opportunity.
Um,
I apologize.
For Fancy, what are your stats?
Oh,
What-
okay.
Are you a
There-
muscly or are you a not
No.
a muscly?
No. Like I said, I get by on my wily ways. Like, that's literally it. So you can go first if you would like.
I was thinking maybe we could do a little combo if you got some like some wits there of maybe you can move like a table or some chairs and then I can push some people off and we got a clear shot to the door. Just start confusing
yeah,
these
so-
vipers.
Before I make a decision, who can I like do? What's the path look like to the door? Is it just chaos?
There
like
is
bodies
no
on top
path.
of body. Okay, great.
It
All
is
right.
people like climbing on top of the bar and then just like body slamming
Like
into a mosh pit.
WWE, like. Okay. All right. I mean. All right, so I'll go first. So Fancy takes and pushes her cowboy hat up just a tiny bit. Now, and she just kind of says, like, not like out loud, but she does say it where everyone around her can hear. Now y'all had to go and ruin my good time, and she just kind of drinks what's left in this glass, and like the person that is like right in front of her that is not one of her crew, she just takes it and like smashes it on their face. Like she just tosses it back and is like, boom. And
Yeah, how about a muscle roll?
I mean, it's 2d6. I don't have
2d6?
anything to add. Okay.
Yep, just +0.
I got a 6.
I mean, you reach out to smash it on them, but these glasses have survived probably 3 intergalactic wars. They've survived this place being destroyed and rebuilt a dozen times, and it just kind of bounces off their skull.
And she's like, oh. Like, that, like she's like, that did not go as much as she had imagined in her head. So she's like, well. And she kind of like looks over at Boz and is like, your turn. like it did not. So she's like waiting to get like barreled with the chair or something. Like she's ready. Like.
Yeah, I think that Buzz is just has poured what's left of everybody's whiskey in the bottle while chaos is starting, corked it, put it in her pocket, stood up, watched that, just turns the chair around that she was sitting on and like kicks it forward, like trying to just like knock people out of the way and like push them to the side, like towards where the door is, and is just like following suit, just like, I'm gonna go get the goddamn shit because these people can't stop any fucking face with me. I want to drink.
Would you say that's more savvy or more muscle?
I would love it to be savvy, but it can also be muscle.
I'm fine with that being savvy.
Okay, cool. It's a difference of a +2 and a +1, so not a ton. That's another 8 on the die +2, so 10.
Hell yeah. Just the moment of clearing out the way in front of you, people actively just stumbling, kind of parting.
Just, like, pushing them away from my path as they stumble.
And very quickly the path is swallowed up behind you. But you're able to get to the door and get out.
I'll just yell back, y'all got about 35 seconds, and just start running.
Alright. Well, the mob of bikers is gonna go. And with their knuckle dusters, a majority of their attacks are going towards other people in the room, but one is swinging towards Kate, and one is swinging towards Kate.
Just a note, my martial arts allows me to apply the defensive property, so their target's 1 higher.
Ooh. So, against Fancy, and when you attack, you roll 3d6,
Okay.
and you take the 2 highest, or to try to hit that number of 8, and then whatever's left over, that's how much damage you do. So they're taking a swing at Fancy, which that's a 9 on the dice, so a set of brass knuckles is just gonna come out from nowhere and just clock you for 2 damage to your heart.
Okay. She was ready for that.
And one that just kind of throws his buddy off of him, getting to his feet, and just stomping over for this big haymaker towards Hale. That's a 6 for the 2 highest. Just duck under it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's them done. I didn't add Hale to this. What was your number? That's why I didn't add you.
I'm acting next
That's
week.
why you're not there.
You check in on me tomorrow for the stream. And...
Quinn.
All right. Is there any sort of I know it's probably not like chandeliers, but like hanging light
Oh yeah,
appliances?
absolutely.
Is there a large one that would like take out some of the people near us if I were to shoot it?
There would probably be a lot of collateral damage.
I would like to
Okay.
shoot it. She
Please
is not
do.
one for getting involved physically, but she's like Oh, I could take that down. I could shoot that.
Good.
She doesn't want to shoot people. That seems
3d6.
a bit much for this. Would I? Oh, so I always roll with the upper hand when attacking with pistols. So would I roll a
4d6.
Yeah.
And you
And take the
discard.
highest-
So discard the lowest die.
Okay.
Your 2 highest die, that's your total attack.
So that is an 11.
Absolutely hits, and the remaining die is the amount of damage.
4.
More than enough. Just pull out a pistol, aim up, take that shot, and the crack of the pistol can be heard for just a moment amidst this chaos. No one bats an eye as suddenly just this light fixture comes crashing down near the center of the room.
Does that clear out any way to the door?
Anyone at this point that wants to force your way to the door, you will have the upper hand to do.
Okay. Yeah, I'll start heading towards the door and be like, "Let's go! Get out of here!"
Bustle with upper hand, please.
Oh, that wasn't very good. That's a 7.
You just start trying to push your way past. It is just a sea of bodies that kind of squeezes you in place, stops you from moving. You are now separated from your companions.
Oh no.
Quincy!
All right. So seeing the light fixture fall and hearing Boz yell, that's my ride, fellas. I gotta go. So he's gonna like lean and like, excuse me, and like pick up the glass of whiskey. I want to try and just like Mr. Magoo my way through this fight, not actually swinging at anybody, but see if I can set up somehow like advantage or whatever for Hale as like just bumble my way through and accidentally trip over enough people that Hale can just take care of the rest.
Do you feel like that falls under muscle, or I can even see that as grit, honestly.
I'll take grit.
Sure.
Alright. Just 2d6.
2d6, yep, plus whatever bonus you have for your grit.
Just coming in at 8 again.
Beautiful. Just forcing your way through, pushing people, just tripping, whatever you can do to get this pathway clear for even just a second.
Ooh, peanuts.
But you're to the door. No sign of Quinn. Hopefully Quinn's already out. Hopefully. That leaves Hale. The very bottom of initiative.
Well, it's worth the wait. I would absolutely love to just grab somebody and start just moving everyone else away using another person as a weapon.
As the kids say, hit a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
Please.
If not,
please
honestly,
do.
yeah. So, is that considered unarmed or just strength?
Do you get a bonus for being unarmed?
Oh, I can never roll against the odds when I'm unarmed. So martial arts just you never have to roll against the odds. It's not a with you know.
Yes, I would consider whatever would be the better role for you. Go with that.
This is just a very advanced judo hip throw.
Well, that's a 6 and a 4 plus my 2. He's gonna put that at a 12. So against the mob of bikers, I believe that hits 8 and then blows through for 4 damage. Assuming
Did you roll 2 dice or 3?
2 dice.
So roll 1 more die.
Okay. Well, you want to... Oh. That's another 6 on the floor.
So you got a 6 and a 6 for your attack
So-
was a 12. But yeah,
so
it would do
14 plus-
4 points
yeah.
of damage.
Plus 2 for strength. Or
Just-
muscle, right?
I don't
Or
think
is
your
it
muscle gets added to damage. I think just the plus any modifiers from the weapon itself. So if the weapon itself adds bonus to damage,
another person? That's fine. Either way, it's a lot of damage. I'm fine. I just need to clear a way for everybody who's having trouble clearing the way.
The
Absolutely.
other person's also still very drunk and is punching people while he's being used as a weapon.
Yeah, just
So, more damage.
Run him through. Like he thinks he's doing some running blind charge at me, and to just weed whacker my way through the crowd with that.
Quinn, you are no longer stuck in the crowd, as all of you kind of en masse start moving towards the door.
Though as he gets to the door, he is going to like, "Thank you so much," and we'll slide him back.
Just for parting possible blows, we'll jump into the second round of combat, even though I think you're all going to be disengaging fairly soon. So everyone could roll me another D3 and let me know what you get.
Hey, a 3.
3. A 7.
Well, I'm really proud of what I got.
I got a 3 as well.
Quinn.
I forgot it was a D3, not a D6, so that was technically 3 plus 2, so 5 again.
Okay.
I counted as a 5 because that was what it was on the die, and that's not what it was.
So Boz is just sprinting along this catwalk back towards the shuttle bay. Anything you're doing, or just sprinting?
The urge to pick another pocket while everyone's looking at the bar fight is very strong, and if I have nothing else to do other than I'm just trying to get there to get the ship started so we can vominos quick. So maybe do a little quick little grab and run.
Or wanna roll that savvy?
It just love it. That's 6 on the die plus 2, so 8.
Beautiful. I will go as far as to say that as an individual just gets tossed out just through the glass, lands, is still breathing but clearly unconscious. You can just slip into the pocket there. The details, like the location, the contacts, the information that they had about this job is now at your fingertips.
Yes. Yeah. I think I start to run, hear the crash, look back to see if it's my friend, see it's one of those Viper guys. I'm like, oh, stops, turns around, just starts like going through their pockets. Probably his fancy. He's like running out, like what? And I'm just like, hold on.
And like it's definitely
Alright.
one of those moments where she's like running and is like, I see you. Like,
So at this point, there is nothing really to stop Quinn and Quincy, because the two of you are going before the mob gets to go. So the two of you can simply slip out. Unless there's anything else you'd like to do, any parting blows, any cutting words.
Nope, I'm just gonna slip out.
Just going.
Yep.
Quincy, same thing?
Yeah, just the cologne will kind of out.
Okay. For Hale and Kate, the only two that are technically engaged in combat. I'm
Wow, we
gonna
moved our relationship along fast, huh?
50-50 this. Who wants odd and who wants even?
I always go for odd.
Oh, that's 1. A chair is gonna go soaring through the air.
Told ya.
That's a 12, a 15 to hit you.
Okay. Really
For-
unnecessary.
3
baby.
heart damage.
Oh my god, I'm half dead.
The chair just smashes on the back of your head. But now the two of you, we actually get to see the other mechanic in combat, is that if you try to move away from a combatant, both parties make a savvy check. If both parties pass or fail, then you remain at the same range. If one party passes and the other fails, then the winning party gets to close or widen the gap by 1. And the winning
Does
party.
Hale take the hit if I get out of the way? Because I would like that. Fancy would like that.
Well, would you
What?
both make a
Hale,
You
you
savvy
were
got a
roll?
bad attitude.
engaged
You got-
in combat.
Your attitude sucks.
Would you both make a savvy roll, assuming that you
I
are
would be
intending
happy
to
to. I'm gonna
disengage?
end up getting smoked. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna end up like getting wrecked. Ugh.
I got a 6 total.
Okay, so I was looking at this mechanic. I'm almost dead anyways. So can I use one of my heart and re-roll like one of my dice?
Absolutely.
Okay, because this is real bad. Oh, much better. Okay, 8.
Hale, you disengaging as well, or are you sticking around for another round of a brawl?
I like to throw the chair back.
Like that girl in Waffle House catches it and just
It's like the Waffle House fairy.
Hits off of Fancy, grabs it off of the rebound and chucks it back at the person. That is very rude.
Sure. Yeah, make your attack.
Okay. So I wasn't sure. I don't know if I should be rolling with the upper hand here.
Yes.
But
So for attacks, you should always roll 3d6.
Okay. Well, I've rolled a 6, and a 5.
That's a solid
I feel-
5 damage chair.
Feel kind of
Nice.
bad about it.
nope.
Because someone's gonna have a real bad night.
Someone gets cracked right in the jaw and collarbone region with a chair that just shatters to pieces. And they just go down hard.
Very rude.
I am
And
happy to say that the two of you can disengage, no problem.
Good.
Music as we sprint out of that building, more bodies just getting tossed out of the glass as you all make your way back to the Wayward Sun, where it is currently in the process of the engines kicking to life, as your pilot had a slight detour on the way here. But
No.
by the time you actually get to the bulkhead to get inside, engines are hot and it is ready to take off. As we load up, is there anything you'd all like to do?
I'll probably
yeah.
like pull out the stash of stuff that I grabbed off that guy and probably give it to Quinn. Just be like, you want to maybe take a gander at this while I get us going?
Yeah, I'll go look at it. Hop, you want to come with me? You're better at this kind of stuff anyway.
I suppose I can. Also, I did get this, and I'll pull out the pilot chip I got from the one guy.
Beautiful. Oh, and then I'll get the bottle of whiskey to Hop. You can have this back. I snagged it.
You
Be
do
ashamed to
all
lose it.
have a
I'm
head
like bleeding
start.
from my
yeah,
face.
no,
It's
I think
fine, guys.
that's the thing. Like Fancy, like as you're getting as you're like trying to walk,
I-
it's just like hold up, look here, and he's gonna as Hop's walking away, like grab the bottle really quick and splash it onto a piece of torn shirt that he probably has off of somebody that his grip just hasn't quite given up yet, and he'll like stick that on there and easy. So this is a skill I learned while behind bars, so I will invoke a blues from this, but one blues. But if possible, I'd like to get that cut all cleaned and sorted with some quick patch medicine. Not actual medicine. I'm gonna sew it up, and hope it doesn't get infected because I put alcohol on it.
Good.
Typically, this would be a first aid check, but I am happy to give your half of the first aid check just a success, just for what you have learned, just for your skills. Typically, whoever is doing the healing would roll savvy, and whoever is being healed rolls muscle. So, Fancy, would you make a muscle check, please?
God, we're quite the pair. We're literally rolling opposite of what we're supposed to
Mhm.
be.
That's
All
space.
right.
baby.
I got an 8.
Beautiful. If both rolls are successful, then the patient recovers D6 heart.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I just roll it, a
Yep.
d6.
6.
Yeah, all right. Put me right back up to where I belong.
Beautiful.
Just like
As-
use the rest of the rag to wipe off the blood, and obviously he's handed the bottle back to Hop by now, so y'all two can get onto it. But all right, now get up in front. Keep reading that book.
And Fancy kind of looks at Hale and is like, thank you. And just like walks right past him and like goes to the chair and like pulls out, like wipes off the manual a little more. Opens right back up where she left off.
Buzz, in like while taking off and everything, is just talking through everything. All right, so first you got to engage the thrusters here. All right, you turn that on. You don't hit go yet, and then I'm just fully like, I'm giving up. All right, and then okay, you're gonna want to turn it this direction. Make sure the computer is set to 4, not 5. 5 was bad. 4. All right, and then boom.
I just love that it's just like we don't know what the computer setting does, but it needs to be on 4.
5
We
was a
learned
problem.
the hard way. We don't have the engines to go to 5.
Yeah, 5 is right out.
well, as we pull off from the Rattler's Den, a angry nest of vipers left behind. We disappear into the void of space with mission in hand, with potentially a solid sum of credits on the line. Head off towards, I assume, the coordinates that you picked up. And
Yeah.
as we do, and you have a moment to catch your breath, a moment to tend to your wounds, I feel like that is a fantastic place for us to stop, to take a break, give everyone a chance to grab a drink, stretch your legs, re up on your whiskey, whatever you got to do, and we'll come back the second half of this adventure. See you soon,
Hell
everybody.
yeah.
And welcome back. Where we done left off. A band of heroes and outlaws here had rustled up information regarding the bounty and repossession that their spaceship.
But did
Thankfully,
you know I'm listening to the Bastion soundtrack, and you doing that was just so the vibe.
Yes. Such a good soundtrack.
Build that wall.
thankfully,
That's in the song, not the. Oh god.
Yeah,
we
the song.
Oh wait a second.
we got away without too much trouble. While you probably are followed, you have enough of a head start that there's no need to do any chase scene or anything. There's no need to escape laser fire. You are just free to fast travel your way across the galaxy towards these coordinates. As we get closer and closer, you find that you have to slow the ship a bit as you are suddenly traveling through debris. But it's not like an asteroid field. This is actually chunks of ships that you're having to.
Is this like a normal occurrence or like new chunks of ships?
They seem on the older side. So there was a battle here, but it was a while ago.
Very like exaggeratedly moving my hands to each thing, like, and then we slow down, and then we go back to here. Start kind of like dip, 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 dive, dodge, dip, weave, dodge a ball, dodge a wrench, whatever.
Love it. Yep.
Out of the shit.
No problem. You are rapidly approaching the coordinates of where this ship would be, which is kind of more of a sector than a perfect, hey, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get within the coordinate region, from there, it's up to you to find it. Would anyone like to man the scanners while your fearless pilot is keeping you all alive?
I think I could do that. Hop's used to the old tech on our ship.
Roll down to the ship rules. Roll up to the ship rules? It's either up or down. It's 50-50 shot. Just there. There we go. Not communications. Not repairs, not weapons. Sensors, there it is. I need you to make an observation check, please.
Fantastic. I
Oh, I'm sorry.
always have the upper hand one.
Roll a systems check with the ship systems, which is at a +1.
Well, I liked it better when it was observation because I had the upper hand then. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. 6 + 5 is 11 + 1 is 12.
Beautiful. So you get to choose one. You can calibrate the sensors, which would let you scan the system with an observation check with an additional upper hand. You can boost the range of the sensors, which would help you to zero in faster, ideally. And those are really the only two that would help you. So either kind of dialing in to make an observation check, or just expanding out the range of your.
I will go with the dialing it in.
So you would have upper hand twice. If you can get a third one, it counts as an automatic success. No need to roll.
Can I get a third one by asking very nicely?
If one of your
all I can-
companions would like to hop on and help search with you, I would say that would give you a third upper hand, therefore be automatic.
I can do that since we were going over the maps and everything earlier.
Then, yeah, no need to roll. Simply taking a few moments, just going from like piece of debris to piece of debris, scanning for any sort of signals, life signs, electronic signals, whatever. Finding nothing, discarding nothing, discarding nothing. Again and again and again, there's just massive chunks of ship until you find one that's kind of intentionally hiding in the EMF field being radiated out from a larger chunk of debris.
I knew it could find it. You just sometimes you gotta bang a little bit. Really get the sensors in there in the right place. Should be over there though. Just right.
Oz brings you in closer. Anything you'd all be doing while you're zeroing in?
Was there anything in any of those dossiers and shit that might give us some pause if we gotta come in careful, quiet, guns a-blazing?
Did I find anything?
About Silas McAllister? Or about this job in general?
About the ship.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was asking about like the job from the stuff we stole.
Oh, I totally misunderstood. That was my bad.
No, yeah, you're good.
Silas is marked as extremely dangerous. Very much would like him in alive, But if it comes down to it, you'll still get paid. Okay. The Void Voyager itself was once a smuggling vessel. It's meant to be sleek, meant to get from point A to point B very quickly, so without being detected. But it's certainly seen better days. It's the entire half of the ship is just this scorch mark. All the paint and armor is really gone.
Is there a way to check if this Silas is somebody that, like, we know a name that registers to, like, hop from his PI days?
If you had done any look into smugglers, he'd come up near the top of the list.
Okay. But nothing, just a bad dude.
He does have a custom revolver called the Scarlet Fury.
Hoop, would this trigger something for Fancy? Like, oh my, sorry, I have to pull everything up. I wrote it all down. My bad. Like, like gaining a blues, like, I don't know if you saw my private message that I sent to you at break.
Oh, I did now.
All right. Yay.
Then yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool. All right. All right. So I gain one blues then
Mhm.
because I hear the name, um, like said out loud by one of my crewmates, and I get a little sad. Get a little sad.
And I noticed this a little sad, seeing as she's kind of my co-pilot currently.
That's up to Fancy.
I would say probably, yeah. She's not necessarily somebody who tries to hide everything that she does, like, but you know, I mean, it's kind of like almost what I would consider like when you hear somebody's name and that just kind of gives you the ick. That
Mhm.
and but then like that ick is followed by the sadness. Like, so it's like ugh, you kind of see her like demeanor change a little bit.
I think I'll just like reach a foot over and just like kind of nudge hers a little bit. I'm like still kind of looking straight, and I'll just look out the corner of my eye, like,
Kind of gives the old thumbs
anything.
up. Nope. She's like thumbs up. She's like she's looking rough. She's all rough looking. And she's like, we're good here. Like, and looks over at at Hop and is like, what was the name again? Silas what?
Fought him a couple times.
McAllister.
That's right. Okay.
McAllister. I've already forgotten the last name. I'm an old man. I get to forget things.
So you are forgiven, old man.
It's allowed. Allowed.
And she's like, okay. And she kind of just hears like, and she's like, this isn't gonna be as easy as I thought and was hoping it would be. The bounty is probably gonna be hard to get, and it's gonna be worth our weight in gold, though. She looks over at Hale. I hope you're happy.
Oh my
Hale,
god.
who's-
Wait,
who's
hold
just-
on. Did
who's Hale-
Hale get us a
Hale, who's-
dangerous bounty?
Just get her in. What was that? I had to go wipe
We
off.
about to
someone-
be even, baby doll.
I mean, it is what it is,
Two,
right?
two things. One, not even close. Two, say those words towards me again, you'll be pulling them out of your ass.
What, we're even or calling you baby doll?
I'm gonna give you a head start towards the airlock.
Oh, I gotta keep driving us, otherwise, ooh, hate to run into some of this wreckage or this big bad ship.
To a series of knuckle clicks. Go off as he
I'm just
runs
like
his
eating
fingers.
it up now. I'm like,
Like that cat that you know that's spicy, but you can't just help like still playing with
Got-
him.
Gotta
that's
boop 'em.
fully.
Gotta boop 'em.
All right.
I've gotten over the awkward
It's
someone's
best
mad at
for-
me shock, and now I'm just having fun with it.
Sits and more crits is good.
Yeah,
Settles
it'll be
us
great
all up.
to pair along with this ship we got.
How did you get this ship? Have you explained that to Fancy yet?
I'm pretty sure.
I've heard the story. I mean, I think I've heard you tell me about 5 times since I met you.
It's been a long flight.
You wanna relive it? Will that help? Will that get a little bit of that stress out? We can talk about it. This whole conversation's happening like looking dead towards where I'm driving, and I feel like just for shits and giggles, she probably has like a rear view mirror as like like a accessory to just make it feel like a car, and will occasionally like look through it at Hale and give like little eyebrows.
He'll walk up towards the seat and I could ring something out.
I'm sorry, say that again. Your voice was very low and gruff. I couldn't hear you.
I could ring something out. And he's gonna go and grab the mirror and crush it in his hand.
You're still no fun, huh? All right.
Oh, I'm
I mean-
loads of fun.
And I look over at Hop and Quinn, and I'm like, is he always this dramatic? Goodness. I mean, really, Hop's the only one I haven't heard him tell their side of the story or their version of the story.
That's because Hop's got some sense.
And I kind of like lean over. I lean
Also-
over towards Boz, and I'm like, or he's just really old.
I just give him a little chuckle and I'm like, you know, we all got our stories and we all got things that I'm sure drive each other up the wall about each other. And some for good reason, more so. As I just like start like dusting off glass from my dashboard here. Dashboard, whatever it's called in a ship. I'm like, but maybe we should focus on this big payday and see if we can get through this without anyone dying or
Going to jail?
going to jail.
Best to avoid
Thanks.
that.
Yeah.
Heard's
Well-
a bad place.
You know, I'm getting that though. No one's really talking about it, and I think it could be healthy. Anyway, we're here.
Normally, when you
Anyway,
would dock
we're
with
here.
another ship, both of the like docking bays would extend out. They would latch, and you would have a bridge walk from one to the other. What would extend out to greet you from this ship has been blown off.
Huh.
Anyone that's getting aboard is doing so the old-fashioned way, taking a spacewalk. In mostly functioning spacesuits.
This makes Fancy
The
very
ship
nervous.
and the guy were the bounty, or just the bounty, or just him?
Well, the
Both.
ship was being repossessed. The
Yeah.
guy was the bounty.
So, who would
Are
like
we
to
all
go aboard?
going? Are we all going, or someone staying behind?
Well,
Can you lock the
mean-
doors?
With
we
you
can
on
lock
the outside?
doors. Yeah. I got the only clicker. Like shove it down my shirt. Like
She's like
And I'm
double clicking
peeping
it.
oh. I mean, yeah, I mean, I could stay on the ship, but really it's just gonna be sitting here, and then when I do need to use the guns, y'all better not be on it anymore anyway, so might as well, I guess I'll buddy up. Make sure we all stay nice and safe, right?
And from everybody, I just need a single d6. I just need
Okay.
to know if you rolled a 1.
God, the way I've been rolling, that's happening.
Rolled a 2, but not a 1.
Oh, I got a 3.
Beautiful.
Rolled a 6.
Beautiful.
Oh,
6 as well.
Beautiful. All of your suits are functioning just fine. No one is suddenly going to find themselves without oxygen.
good.
Yeah, wait. What about, did Hop roll?
Yeah, I got a 4.
4.
Mm-hmm. Good. Just want to be certain.
Then we'll suit up, standing there in the airlock, hit that decompression, and you feel that artificial gravity just fading. All suddenly just weightless, grabbing onto the handles. That hatch finally opens. You get the light from the distant star that just shines so bright in its unfiltered state and washes over everything. And it's just the cold vacuum of space between here and there. Who's up first?
Anti-gravity's always so much better on my knees. I'll go first.
Okay.
All right. I'll give you your choice of either muscle or savvy.
Okay. I'll take savvy because +1 is always better than plus none. Yep. That's a 9.
And I will also ask, how comfortable are you with spacewalks?
It's been a couple years, decades, since he's done one.
Why don't we throw another d6 on there and
No.
make
I'd
this
like to
against the
amend my
odds?
answer.
Like to try answer.
Okay, still a 9. Still a 9. I rolled higher.
Nice.
You just kind of aim, grabbing onto both the handles around the edge of that bulkhead, and just eject yourself. You were just
Still
floating.
somehow across space, old man toddles.
You find that hatch approaching faster and faster. So you hit, grabbing onto whatever you can before you bounce off and just go floating out into the nothingness of space. Do you have any means of remotely hacking or rewiring or...
I do not.
Are you just sitting and waiting to catch whoever's behind you?
Yeah, waiting to help catch and make sure nobody else floats off.
Who's up?
Hopefully
I'll
somebody-
go.
Hale, same thing. Either muscle or savvy.
All right. Well, here comes Muscle.
How comfortable is Hale with doing a spacewalk?
Not crazy about it.
Enough to get against the odds?
Fucking dare you.
It's up to you.
No, I'll roll against the odds. Here's your third d6, and I'll take the lowest two.
Since I'm on the other end, I offer him help to make it even.
You'll certainly make sure that he sticks the landing, but it's also about, aiming a trajectory as you have no control once you launch yourself.
Good.
It's fair.
I've got a 7 now that I had to roll one lower. I hope you're freaking pleased.
You can spend a heart to reroll a die.
How dare you assume I would ever take any damage or change the result of my die in any way?
The only person who can hurt Hale is Hale.
These dice are very good to me. I would never insult them like that.
Then, as Hale like, similarly just launches himself out of that bay. You can see he's just a little bit off course. But you can also see that your companion is going to miss this door at the current trajectory, and you have to kind of just like a goalie, just post yourself up, reach out. And if you were trying to catch Hale, I need a grit roll from you.
8.
Beautiful. Managed to grab onto the suit around the arm as Hale comes kind of swinging and almost bounces off the bulkhead, which is enough force that you can feel your shoulder just starting to pull, and there's this little pop. But you hang on. You take 1 point of heart damage. But you're able to haul Hale in.
Gonna kill the old man, Hale.
Hale, do you have any means of getting through this door?
I'm pretty strong, boy. I had all my milk, and
It's severely damaged.
I would just straight up like to maybe say the fact that I have real big muscles. They're kind of a tool in and of themselves.
Absolutely. I will ask for a muscle check against the odds.
What if I might use my martial arts?
Gonna karate chop the door open?
Karate chop. I'll palm strike the door open.
Quivering palm. You'll be
Yeah.
dead in 3 days.
I hit it with. I stand and tap the door, and I turn around, and it's already dead. No, I'll roll against the odds here just to spice it up.
This door is already open.
Okay, so that is a 3 and a 2, plus my 2 for my big boy muscles, because I ate all my milk and ate all my eggs, and my grew as light as a barge. So I believe
The 7.
that's still not enough. But maybe I spend a heart, because I'm going to immediately retract that previous and roll that to make it a 4. So it would be, I guess,
9 total?
yeah.
4 and a 3 plus your 2, yeah.
Just start shoving this door, and the metal grinds under stress, but it is heavily damaged. The locking mechanism has been broken. And as you're pulling it, it is just this, the emergency venting where anything loose on the other side just gets whipped up into the air and pulled towards the airlock. Which you can position yourself so you're kind of off to the side as you're shoving the rest of the door open. But the Wayward Sun is now getting pelted by projectiles of clipboards, of loose crates, of just anything that was in there and unsecured is now just a projectile whipping through space towards your ship.
God damn it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Would you like me to trade my body for your ship again? Keep
Over
talking.
I see your mouth moving, but we're in space. I can't hear you. Anyway,
We
does
don't
this
have
look bad enough I
pause.
need to move the ship? Or is it like the ship can handle it?
I'm just gonna make an attack roll.
Okay.
No, that's a 6. It would have been 1 point of damage had it hit, but it's just bouncing.
Okay. All right, we're good.
Sorry,
Doors
what was
open?
that?
We have radios in the suits.
Okay,
Watch-
good, because
Stop,
I
I
definitely want
know.
to make some. I swear, if he said that, I was saying yes. Just yes, nothing else. Like,
Who's up next?
Yeah, fancy.
Mhm.
I'd
I
have
mean,
the
I'm probably
doors
gonna go
open.
last, so I can make sure our doors are locked. So, yeah, go.
Okay, I'll go next. It's gonna be terrible. Let's do this.
Either savvy or muscle.
Oh, definitely savvy. Woo. Okay. What do I have to roll?
8.
Okay. Well, gonna go ahead and sacrifice a heart and re-roll.
You can
I need new
You can spend
dice.
2 to reroll both of them.
No. I don't want to die, Hope. Oh God. Okay. 6.
Fancy comes rocketing out, clearly off course as that debris caused the Wayward Sun to shift just a little, so that straight line isn't such a straight line anymore. Hop, you have the same option to basically play goalie, just kind of climb around this bulkhead, reaching out to grab on to Fancy.
You gotta aim with your shoulders, not her eyes. And yeah, I'll try and catch her.
I need another grit roll.
Oh God.
Oh, hey, 13.
Beautiful. We're going to take 1 more point of heart damage, but Fancy is secured and dragged down to safety.
That's right. You kids all right?
Yeah, I knew that probably wasn't gonna go very well. I do appreciate it though. And I look at Hale and I'm like, oh, you're just sitting there. I see. Lovely.
He is actively holding the door open.
Yes, I still
I'm
say
about-
it.
That Thor
I'm about
scene where he's
5.
just got like 2 parts of the space station, like,
I'm about 5 seconds from hating you.
Hale,
He's Spider-Manning the
I'm
door.
already about. And you say that, I'm like, well, I'm 5 seconds past it. Thank you, Hop. And I just scoot on.
You're a
in.
little. Oh shit.
Quinn,
Uh-huh.
what you got?
Well, Quinn does not like spacewalking, because guns don't work in space very well, and it's just
Enough to
uncomfortable.
roll against the odds?
Yeah. Um. Of course, I rolled 6 on against the odds. But that's still an 8.
Adjusting your trajectory from what you saw Fancy do, and you are launched through space, hit that bulkhead perfectly, and are safe. Boz, last one.
Yep, I'm laying out, make sure everything's all good. No one can hop on here and go. And hey, yeah, definitely used to spacewalk. Fine, has to fix vehicle enough that it's fine. So what does that mean? Another D6 or?
So would you say fine enough for a oh god, what's it called? Not against the odds, but the other one, upper hand. Would you say
Upper hand.
comfortable enough for an upper hand?
Does that have any like
You'd roll
with an extra
3d6
die.
and drop the
down
lowest.
falls? Oh, okay. Yeah. Because I mean, like I said, there's probably a very poorly painted like Wayward Sun on the side of our thing that we definitely did while like hiding out somewhere for a while. Like
Just says
it was used to
carry
being out
on
there.
across the side of your ship.
Absolutely. Glad that because one of them was a 1, so goodbye there. Which makes it. Are we adding anything to it? Any stat?
Your savvy or your muscle.
Oh, savvy, please. 10.
Beautiful. By the time you are launched through space, everyone else can start climbing on in. So by the time that you hit, you are the last one to fully climb into this derelict ship. Would you like to forcibly close the door behind you, or are we traversing in 0G?
Hale's gonna make a point to start closing the door right about the time that Boz tries to clamber on through.
Oh, here, I can help you. I'll grab one of the doors, pull myself in, and start pushing with.
Oh, how kind of you.
As soon as
that's
it's
what
fully
friends
shut,
do, right?
the artificial gravity would kick on. It's spotty at best, so there are certainly moments where everything goes weightless for a few seconds, and then everything comes crashing back down.
I hate this.
Are any of you taking off your suits, or are we...
I do not trust this mission.
Oh, that's a
Wait,
question.
anyway, pop my shoulders back into place. This hurts.
This loud crack. Oh, there we go.
Okay. Yep. Yeah.
I mean, how far of a jump was it?
Maybe 50 feet.
No, okay, well, my little butt can't do that. Okay, I am going to assume that I can take my suit off.
Mhm.
Do I? Is that something? How do I check for that? Is there like something I do for that?
It just
I don't want to
takes
take my
time.
suit off, but okay, I definitely will take like this part off the helmet and just kind of like set it to the side there, hang
Sure.
it up on a hook.
There's little stands where you can just drop the
Okay.
Is there any sort of like interface or anything around here that I can like check and see if there's other giant holes in the ship somewhere, or
Absolutely.
making sure that if we take our suit off, we're not gonna have our heads implode when we open the wrong door,
Absolutely.
Because I would also like to take mine off so I don't get bullet holes in it if this guy is scary, but I also don't want to like walk into a room that
I mean, he
doesn't
has a
exist
gun
for
that's got a
human.
name.
Yeah, exactly.
Flipping on one of the nearby consoles, you would see the ship's AI pop up. Very rudimentary for a ship this size, but it's just this humanoid figure, very neutral, like descriptions, very neutral attire, very unassuming, or intended to be. But they just pop up on the holographic display. Well, hi there. I see that you have responded to our automated distress signal. Unfortunately, I see that you do not bear the Arkwright Industries authorization, so we cannot accept your rescue at this time. Have a good day.
That pilot card we got, does that have anything about it?
That's like so claptrappy of you. Like,
Yeah.
So, you know that there are certain vessels. Like, corporate loyalty is very important. So to be rescued by a non-corporate vessel would just go against all regulations.
Damn capitalism. Tapping the screen. She fully knows how AIs and computer works. It's it's like, this is a new ship. We haven't quite gotten to register it yet.
The hologram pops back up. Well, hey there. I see that you are trying to lie to my face. While I appreciate the effort, I must reject your rescue as you are not flying Arkwright Industries authorized property.
Damn.
Well, I tried.
And yet again, you failed.
you won't give it a
is a
go?
pattern.
Feel the need to remind everyone watching that Turk is so very nice in real
No,
life.
don't remind them.
No, this is
It's just
real.
real
This is
now.
every day. This is real life.
This is who I am now.
They tried to put
I've
me
never
back.
heard
This is
Turk say a
never
nice thing in
real.
his life.
Let him free.
Hale's gonna walk up. Yeah, let me give it a shot. I'd like to smash whatever's creating the projection.
Just the little lens just gets smashed to pieces.
Oh, look, it worked. Keep carrying on.
God, he's
ain't
never
gonna
gonna shut
help
up
us
about that
anymore.
one.
No, it's literally gonna take me dying. Which, hey, by the way, everybody, if just in case something bad happens here because of
It
somebody's
was hail.
grudge against me,
You got it.
yes. But I do love and appreciate you all, and I've had, while fancy, it's been a short time. I feel like you've all enriched my lives greatly, and I just want you to know that I don't want to die yet.
And you'll hear over the comms, noted.
I think that puts Hale at the very front.
For the moment, yeah.
Who would be next? What's our marching order here?
I'll probably go behind him.
So you can stab me in the back. Understood.
I'll go in the mid.
That's
mid.
your stick, not mine.
You'll be
Yeah,
okay with that, Quinn.
Yeah, Quinn is just going to take up the rear so she can keep eyes on, like, behind us and quickly shoot anything that might crawl out of a door randomly.
I'll be up front with Hale, keeping a lookout to the front as well.
Then Hale and Hop, actually, would the two of you make an observation roll?
Would love that.
Sure thing.
11.
Beautiful.
Less than that. That's going to be a 9, though.
Still 2 successes. The bulkhead ahead of you. This hallway itself is probably a good 40 to 50 feet long. There are like emergency like straps and seats where people could buckle down in case, space turbulence, or should the ship fall under attack, they wouldn't be jostled around the ship. They're all very clearly empty. There's been no one here so far. That bulkhead at the end of this hall, you can see that like nothing on the ship so far has been powered. There's just a little light that comes to life as that door gains power. You see the mechanism start to spin as it's getting ready to open.
Company.
Anything you'd like to do?
I'm sorry. I think I missed a little bit of that. But what's opening?
Basically, you came in from the side of the ship. You took a right-hand turn and you're heading down this long stretch of the body of the ship towards the cockpit. And the door to the cockpit is open.
Is there like a hallway or like doorways we can just kind of flatten against and get out of sight?
There's little pockets where those seats are that you could kind of tuck away in.
I'd like to.
Oh, go ahead.
I'd like to rush the door and try and force it to stay open somewhat to create cover for myself. I have a what this book call it now? A switchblade, and I'd like to shove it into as far into this door as possible to create a blockage.
The door is actively opening.
Yes, and I would like to keep a part of it open to create more cover for myself if I were to press myself up into the corner.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you see, I'm thinking with
Okay.
all the brain cells.
Okay.
All 2 of them.
So Pop just kind of ducks off to the side. Hale just takes off, sprinting that last little distance. Anyone else?
Yeah.
Are there other places to hide? Or
I mean, there's lots of those little pockets on the side. There, those chairs where you can strap yourself down. You just kind of stand on the chair.
is there some wall, like there's the door, like is there a good chunk of wall, or is the door like the whole walkway?
If you were
That's
to
opening.
run up, you could basically take the other side of where Hale is headed.
Okay. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. You also just take off running towards this opening door.
Pull out my tire iron. Out of my boot.
And Quinn?
So they're running to like go confront whoever comes out of the door. Okay. Are there in this hallway, like you said, there's like little things. Is that kind of like almost not pillars, but kind of things that are like built-in pillars, I guess? Can't think of the word.
It's about like 5 inches of just this little kind of metal protrusion separating each of the seats.
So she'll go up to one that's kind of close, but not like right up against the door, and kind of hang back for like covering if they need covering fire or something.
Fancy, did I get to you?
No.
What would you like to do?
Oh. Let's see. Fancy will. She is fine with like. I mean, I'm gonna scoot to the side. I don't want to be in the front. I don't want it to be in anyone's line of sight. But if I could get like a line of sight on like where my crew heads, because I want to be in the back. I don't want to be in the front at all, actually.
Just immediately take a step to the left, but at that little nook. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That puts Fancy in the far back. That puts Hop and Quinn around the middle. And that puts Boz and Hale at the very front. As that door opens enough as that knife is jammed in, preventing it from fully opening, you'd all hear a weapon spin up. And then that entire stretch of hall is just filled in minigun-style gunfire. Everybody has cover. In fact, I don't even think Boz and Hale could possibly be hit from this, from your current vantage point. So I'm just going to roll against all the rest of your companions. And this is against the odds because you do have cover. So the first 2 against Fancy is 1 point of damage. Oh wait, no, so that's against the odds. I need to roll another one. Yes, 1 point of damage. Second one is a total of 6. Second one just bounces off your cover.
Okay, alright.
Against Quinn, the first attack is a 9 to hit for 2 points of heart damage. Attack. I rolled 3 1s and a 2. It doesn't matter what I drop.
Got it.
First attack against Hop. Dropped at 6, but that is still 4 points of heart damage. Second attack. Again, dropping to 6, but that is still another 3 points of heart damage. As these high caliber rounds are just ripping through seats, they're ripping into the bulkhead, they are just bouncing around the interior of this very comparatively small vessel compared to yours. And initiative.
Did I take damage? I
2.
must have missed 2. Okay. I think I heard Quincy instead of Quinn. Just skipped over it.
That's why I just go with Hop. Quinn and Hop.
That's fine.
Alright, need a D3 from everyone. Plus your savvy.
So this is for initiative, correct?
Yes.
Now, I looked into these rule things you've been talking about so much. It turns out, if you are like moi and use melee weapons, you get to roll 2d6 and take the higher result.
I forgot about that.
Because, blasters. How uncivilized.
Rude. Alright.
Yeah, if you are of the melee persuasion, you do roll 2d3.
3.
I got 3.
We're just leaving Boz out to dry.
That's fine.
Fancy and Hale. Boz at 5.
It's fine. She's got it.
Hop and Quinn.
3.
I mean, I am actively bleeding out. I have 1 heart.
Just lay down under the seats. Just stay there.
Just
As-
lay down.
Just this deafening gunfire fills the hall. You hear someone shout out, "How dare you set foot on my damn ship, you damn pirates! It's what you get!" Boz, you are top of initiative.
Muted. I'm muted. I was yelling at him. Boz, yeah, let's out. Then don't put out a goddamn distress signal if you don't want people showing up to help. Shit. What is this? You shooting at your rescuers? Whatever.
It is an automated signal, damn it!
Turn it off.
Yeah.
I think I
Your
tried.
AI's quite sassy. I bet they know how to do it.
You control the buttons you press.
Mhm.
Boz, what would you like to do?
He seems ornery as all hell, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to talk him down nothing. So, I think that I'm just going to like get a little look at him first, and then I'm gonna bunk him with my tire iron, but try and hit like right on the wrist. Get him to drop that
We'll
dang weapon.
have to close the distance a little bit, which would be a contested savvy roll.
Oh, let's do it.
All right.
This is the one time I'm gonna be cocky, and I'm not gonna do well.
That's an 8 from me.
Ooh, I rolled 2 6s. Plus 2.
Immediately
14.
whip around the door, just tire iron in hand, and you get a very clear view of Silas McAllister. Standing a little over 6 foot, lean to the point of like emaciation, this long gray beard, these eyes that are just wide and absolutely crazed, just stares at you as you whip around. Go ahead and make your attack.
Question.
Yeah.
How tall is he claiming to be on Tinder? Since that seems to be something you have to state once you say hi.
Yeah, we do need to know.
He's never used Tinder.
Oh, Grinder then.
I don't. Do you put your height on Grinder?
I wouldn't know.
Should go in
Legally?
eHarmony.
Yeah, he's still on Space Pilots Match.com, whatever, like the equivalent of Farmers Only.
Yeah, I think
Spacers
you mean,
only.
Chart the stars.
There we go. I don't know how to do combat. How do I hit him?
So roll 3d6.
Really hard.
Yeah.
And whatever your 2
3d6?
highest die are, that is your attack roll.
Beautiful. And nothing, add nothing, or do I add muscle?
Plus your muscle, yeah.
Okay, so that is a 9 to hit.
And what is your remaining die?
A 2. What's the
You
worst?
hit and deal 2 points of damage.
Ooh, that's a cool system. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
You just smack him, and he has to kind of stumble back away from the gun, which stops firing, thankfully. But now he's just staring at you in this kind of standoff pose. Just hand
How
like
long you
hovering.
been here? You look like you've been here a bit. You okay?
I've had no one to talk to but that damned robot. It's just this 1,000-yard stare as he thinks about the AI that pilots the ship.
Do you just want to come with us?
But it's his turn. He's gonna pull out the Scarlet Fury.
We don't gotta do any of this funny business here. We can just be buddies.
I think he's about to do some of this funny business.
Yeah.
I'll do some of this funny business.
I want that gun.
Yeah, see?
He's
This
gonna
is
take
no
a shot at
longer
Boz.
a moral thing. This is a loot thing.
He rolls with the upper hand, but will
Oh.
take half as much damage as you take if he hits.
Okay.
See?
Is it just a set
GMs.
number, or do I have to do anything?
That's
He's gonna roll to see if he
a
hits.
9, 10, 11 to hit. for 3 heart damage, and he takes 1 as the gun just ejects this like super heated like tungsten round, and half of that heat just washes over him in a backlash.
Oh, he's gonna need to full repair on a turn.
Damn.
But even as he's making the shot, your words are starting to sink in, and you can hear him muttering, "I can leave this damn shit? No, you're lying."
I'm not. I promise.
Gets
I
ready
got
to
a ship
take
out
another
there.
shot. But that brings us to, I believe,
Somebody else.
Quinn is next.
Great. What was the check for medicine?
So whoever's doing the healing makes a savvy roll, and whoever's receiving the healing makes a grit roll.
Okay. So her and Hob were pretty close to each other, right?
Yep.
Or at least we're on the
You
same
were
plane.
like across from each other.
Okay. And how far away is Fancy?
I'm not sure if you know where Fancy is. Everyone
Okay,
just kind
cool.
of ducked to cover.
All right. She's gonna yell out, "Fancy, you think you can get Hob?
Yeah.
He's not looking very good."
Okay.
And then
And-
then she's gonna come out from cover, so she can get a shot at what's his face.
Absolutely. You do have allies actively in the way. I'm going to throw
Well,
this
I'm-
at against the odds.
I never roll against the odds.
Never mind. You are a crack shot.
Because I am the devil's right hand.
Pew pew.
Pew pew pew. Gosh. Oh, so I roll four d6,
3.
right? Because I roll with the upper hand. Right?
You would be rolling against the odds, which would counteract the upper hand. I think just if your total...
Well, no, I never roll against the odds though.
Right, so if your
So
total
you-
would be against the odds, then it would just be a flat roll.
Yeah, it's just a flat.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
So
would
it's
just
be
even
three
out.
D6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus your
Well, that's 6. That's a 10 to hit.
savvy. And what's
Only
your...
1 damage. Whew.
well, good news is that he takes 2.
Hey.
Taken 3 heart damage and is looking very near death.
I'm assuming I see that he's near death. Everyone does. Like it's like very
Anyone
apparent.
peering down the hall would see that he takes
Okay,
the bullet
Not yet.
and is just like the color is flushing out of his face. He is starting to just go weak in the knees and is barely keeping himself up. But that brings us to Hop, who is currently holding a high caliber bullet wound, trying to keep the blood from spilling out everywhere.
I'm gonna go ahead and give myself a blues point because this reminds him of a very traumatic incident.
Mm-hmm.
So can you roll like first aid checks on yourself?
You absolutely can.
Okay, yeah. So imagine like he peered out, took one of the shoulders. Yes. Okay. No, I got this. It's fine. I'm not gonna die yet. Not gonna die yet. So what do
For
I-
characters attempting to heal themselves, they make both rolls in order. So make a savvy check
Okay.
and then a muscle check.
That is a 7 on the savvy.
Fails.
The grit is an 11.
That one succeeds. You're going to heal D3.
Okay, it's max heals, so I'm back up to 4.
Heck yeah.
Oop, not 14. God, I would love 14. That'd be great right now. So yeah, just like whatever sort of triage we have, just kind of taking out something and holding against it. But he seems pretty dead. We're supposed to take him in alive, let Hale kick his ass. Hale, break both his legs for me. And his arms. Maybe his skull. Oh god, it's
I also
getting
don't know
cold.
if it matters. Mine is stun damage. I don't know if that's different than like.
Stun, if he hits
Or it's
0,
stun.
then you would just make him unconscious instead of killing him.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's it for Hop.
Alright.
Not dying.
Not dying. Good call. Bring this down to Fancy.
All right, so I'm gonna stay true to my word and assume my crew, teammate, friends have this under control, and I'm gonna help Hop get him up, just because he helped me make that space jump, so I feel like I owe him.
Makes sense. So you're rolling your savvy, and absolutely roll your muscle again.
So I got a 10.
Beautiful. 1 success.
And 8.
That's 2 successes. You can roll a d6 and heal that much.
Get a 6.
4, which is perfect because that's full hearts.
Beautiful.
You know, if I had just left my shoulder dislocated, that bullet probably would have just went right through.
All right.
Well, yes. I just kind of like laugh a little and like shake my head, and then I'm like, did I hear that he said he wanted to leave, but he's not gonna?
I think this man's right in the head.
Oh, okay, good. This tracks.
That brings us down to Hale, who is somehow at bottom of initiative twice.
It's a character trait. It's called being the cleaner. Everyone's on base, and I'm just gonna... Anyway, I was told to break this fella's legs, but I don't think we need to go that far. I think, assuming the gunfire is faltered for a moment, he's going to rush in and just try to clothesline this person. Just really make them unable to remain mentally conscious. Just like punch out their card. I'm gonna fuck them up, if you will.
I do need a savvy roll.
No.
Contest it.
A savvy roll?
To
For my
close the
muscles?
distance.
Oh, okay, fine.
Which is a 4 from me.
It's a 5 from me.
Good enough. Even as
Doing
you're
3.
sprinting in, he starts to whip the gun towards you, but not fast enough.
Just bash it up and then try and beat him up.
Muscle
may
roll.
I?
Yeah.
Oh, should it be a combat roll or muscle roll?
An attack, sorry.
Yeah, and I'll take it against the odds using my martial arts. I'm sorry, I can't roll against the odds. I'm just gonna roll normal, and hopefully it's okay that I try not to kill this person. Because that is going to be an 8 flat.
Hits. Hey, what's your third die?
A 6.
I'll let you describe this, as he is a frail old man that you just came in and just home run hit.
He's like, so it's kind of a situation where like everyone's kind of like already done most of the fight. They've all like fired their shots back and forth. He's in a bad state. Hale's gonna move in, like, because he's been out the door. He's gonna roll, like move in, push off the wall to get the gun like moving forward and back. And as it trains on him a second time, he's just gonna wrap it up in one arm. And with that extension, just clock the guy's chin clean over the elbow, over the extended arm,
Out.
and just
Like a
yeah,
light.
just and then just have the whole body slump, but keep that weight held in his hand.
Yeah.
All right, that was easy. Flips the grip on the rip and on the arm and brings him into a fireman's carry.
You have the Scarlet Fury.
Pulls it, just pulls it out of the hand and is holding it by the barrel. And we'll be walking back and toss it towards Quinn because Quinn's nice and likes guns. Got this for you. Hope it's all right. It's a little used.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thanks.
Excuse me, I'm gonna go see if this old dust fart has another pursuit to make it through 0G.
As you all, collecting your bounty, have turned to start heading back towards the airlock, this about 13-inch tall little automaton on like treads just comes rolling out with the tiniest little switchblade you've ever seen. And that face kind of glitches and then becomes that holographic face of the ship's AI. Well, hi there. I see that you're trying to leave with a member of this crew. And unfortunately, I'm here to tell you that you can't be doing that.
Can I
Like,
kick
holds holds this
Just
tiny
punch it.
switchblade up, and you just punt him just further down the hall. And it's just ding, 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 ding.
Was that thing keeping him trapped here? Like, was he a hostage? It's really starting to feel like he was a hostage of
Yeah.
this little.
I feel like he was not as
Work.
dangerous as we were led to believe.
That gun, though, looks over at Hop.
Yeah.
Looks like it hurt.
Speak for your fucking self!
I got shot too. Just not as bad. We need to teach you how to dodge a little bit better.
Your abdomen's just leaking that, like, expanding healing
anymore.
foam. Not blood, but, like, jabbing in that expanding foam to stop the wound from, collapsing and bleeding. Which is basically like insulation foam, but it slowly dissolves inside the human body. You do have enough spacesuits with his. Get suited back up. Open the door back to the void of space. And still sitting there, untouched, the Wayward Sun.
My baby.
As well
Is-
is in the distance, these little blips of energy just what you would recognize as a ship decelerating from hyperspeed travel, and when it
those
stops, there's
vipers.
just that crack, and the ships
We should-
appear.
We should go.
We should go real fast.
What exactly was the bounty for? The bounty was just for him, right? Or was it for the gun?
There's a salvage for the ship as well.
Yeah. We can
Yeah,
send
I don't-
coordinates if they exist, but I don't want to salvage it myself.
He's worth 4.
We'll leave those for the Vipers. They can clean it up.
The ship is
Is he-
also worth 4.
I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Ship with another ship.
Decoy.
No, I'm gonna blow the damn thing up.
You want to use the gun? We got a big gun on our ship. I haven't even got to use it yet. You can break it in.
I feel like that would be a fair trade. No.
No, don't. Don't get him started.
Fancy, you are new and have chosen to get on my bad side, so.
Yes, I wake up every day choosing violence. Good sir.
And normally that would endear me to a person, but I'm gonna let you know right now. You continue on your path here, you are going to run into some troubles.
Oh my god.
are
I
you
just lube
flirting
arms with
with
Fancy
me?
and I jump to the ship. Drag her with me.
No rolls to get back.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah,
Because
just following after with this dude just carried under underarm.
Stuff him.
Push him ahead and let him hit the ship first.
Right.
Scramble him
Lord.
in.
The bay door opens, no problem. You're able to file everyone in. It shuts. There's that hissing sound of the room repressurizing, which every moment that you're wasting in this repressurization chamber is another moment these ships have a chance to close the distance. Let's see.
No, boss, haul ass.
Yeah, as soon as I can, I'll get to the firing up our ship. I'll point if Hale really does want to blow up the other one to the fancy gun bay. Literally, my notes say gun bay with badass gun. So whatever the actual description of
Whatever
that gun
the specs
was.
are for that.
I'll get in the weapons seat and try to get
Okay.
things set up.
Well,
Eating
the way
up
that
and
ship
eating.
combat works is that everyone gets an action. There are different things that you can do, from communications to weapons to the helm. And it alternates between one of you, one of them, one of you, one of them.
Okay.
So, jumping into the pilot seats, I assume that the very first action we want to take is at the helm with our pilot.
Yeah.
So, I will have you roll the ship's mobility, which is plus Z.
Okay. Sorry, I was like reading. There's like a whole section on pilots, and I was like, what all does this do? That's an 8. Why is 8 is my number tonight? All combinations. I keep getting 8 on the die.
So, with a success, you have your choice. You get to choose one. Either perform evasive maneuvers, which means that attacks against you have a +1 target number. You can enter a disturbance, so a nearby, like asteroid field, gravity well, whatever's nearby that you could drive the ship into. You could escape a disturbance, not get sucked into a gravity well. You can also make an attack run, which decreases the target number that you need for your next attack, whoever's at the lasers. Or you could just ram them.
Are they close enough that they're like gonna attack us? Like, are they up
Absolutely
on our
going
shit?
to attack you.
Okay, I want to evasive maneuver then. I'm still like getting in a position for this to get shot, but I want them to have a harder time to hit us.
Sure. Just weaving in between the debris, using them for as much cover as possible. And yeah, one of them is going to jump on weapons and make a systems check. That is boxcars, which is double sixes for anyone that doesn't. Isn't a giant nerd.
Well, I mean, we are playing a role-playing game, so I would say we're giant nerds, just not that version. It's fine.
Hoop,
Not
you
that
are,
brand.
Hoop,
Yeah.
you are a treasure.
Down there. Yeah, I think it's just gonna go with the broadside. It was gonna hit you with its armor-piercing railgun,
Okay.
which is going to do a point of damage, which we will have to roll for. And because it is a broadside attack, they make a second attack against the odds,
No.
which is still a 9. The second attack will hit as well.
Hi, can I spend a heart to make them re-roll one of those die?
Absolutely you can. So let's re-roll the... Do we want to re-roll the highest die?
Yes, please. Get lower.
That brings us down to a 6, which is no.
We're one harder to hit, right?
Or
Compared to whatever the stats were.
be a 6 plus 2, which would bring it to an 8, but they need to hit a 9 because you're evasive maneuvers. So they're only hitting you once. We roll a d6, which is a 4. So your mobility is now at a -1. They just... One of those railgun shots just pierces through one of the engines. And that's it. It's back to you.
I'm gonna get the fuck out of here after get your shot off. So,
Hale, are you wanting to still intent on destroying the ship?
I'll not be destroy this. Frankly, you might want to handle that bit.
Well, because I was going to support, so like be pointing, be like, "Hey, this is how you shoot the guns and stuff." So that would give Hale an upper hand on a single stat check or attack.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
All right. That brings us back to them. Who is going to roll piloting? He's going to roll the mobility, which is plenty with an 11. One of the ships is kind of keeping its distance, getting ready for another broadside attack, and the other one comes just barging in, clearly with the intent of boarding. It's back to you.
We're shooting that one first, if I might.
Yeah, if you'd like to take your shot now,
Yeah.
this is at a
Yeah.
+1. Or sorry, this is with an upper hand.
Mm-hmm. That is going to
Oh.
be a...
It is a systems check first, because we're on a ship. Your systems is at a +1.
Okay. I will put these to the side. I will get new dice, because I have so many D6s. System check is an 11 + 1 for 12.
So you get to choose either a broadside attack, which lets you make a second one at against the odds, a targeted shot, which lets you specifically target one of their stats to reduce, or crowd control, which means that you could attack multiple enemies.
I'd like to broadside them, but I will note the mining laser does have the explosive property.
Okay. So yeah, make your attack.
Okay.
Which I think
so I already rolled,
Mhm.
so I have a 3, a 6, and a 4.
So the
So I'd like
6
to
and the
make
4
it a-
would be your attack,
Yeah.
and it
Make
would
that
do.
a 10 for 3 damage with explosives, which the explosive tag damages nearby structures when fired. On a hit, reduce a mob size by double the normal amount.
It's already dealing more than enough damage to get through. Roll d6 for the where it takes the damage. A 5, which is -1 systems. They now have a 0 systems.
Get out of my brain.
And then because you chose the broadside, you get to roll again. This time just a straight roll, because it would be against the.
So that is going to be a 6 and a 2.
Is enough. And how much damage?
Oh, I have to roll a third. Yeah. Sorry. For me, just sitting against the odds, and I'm like, whoop, nope. Get rid of the dice. 3.
So 6 and a 3 would be a 9 for your attack plus 2 extra damage. This isn't an improvised weapon. That's enough to deal damage. Which is a 2, which is -1 body. They now have a body of 0. If they take one more point of damage anywhere, they're blowing up.
Get dunked down.
Good, good, good.
But they are still alive. They're gonna try a boarding action. They gotta roll savvy or grit. It's the same
No.
way. Either way, it's a +1. No! That's a total of a 4. The bay doors open and someone is just standing there ready to launch out to land onto your ship. Just as Boz pulls a maneuver and they just go rocketing out into space.
Wave at them.
Looks to suck.
It's back to you. I think we just have Fancy and Hop left.
Oh.
Oh.
I have an idea. So, is there a repair option or
There is.
recalibrating the engine so we can get our mobility back?
So you roll the ship's body,
Okay.
and it lets you ignore a single point of damage until the start of your next turn.
Okay. So our body was what?
Body
+2?
is +2.
We got hella body.
Thick boy.
Yeah, boy. 8.
8. So you get to ignore the damage. Systems. Your systems took damage. Your systems are back to a +1
Mobility.
until the end of the next turn. And you also either get to patch it up, which means you ignore that damage for the rest of the combat. Reinforce, which means the next time that that stat will be damaged, it's ignored. Damage control, which lets you ignore a point on another stat, which you don't need because nothing else is hurt. Or emergency procedure, which you also don't need. You can either ignore this one damage for the rest of combat, or shore it up so the next time it would take damage, it's ignored.
That one.
Your systems are doubly repaired and armored up. That's all they have. They don't have anyone left to go, so it's just fancy.
Okay. Hale's like is on gun, right? Like, what the hell am I gonna do? Okay. Well,
I mean, you can
I mean-
also just like
I mean,
redirect
you
and
can-
fire.
Reach over it and hit the gun.
okay, great.
you can also
Um,
improve your attitude, but you know, add things to the list.
Okay, so Hale says that, and I kind of I like walk over to that, but I kind of like walk to the console. I hope you let me do this, Hoop. I hope it's like a free action. I'm just gonna be real honest with you. I know that that really doesn't exist in this realm, but I would like to reach over and hit play on the music, and I would like to a song that sounds like Ain't Going Down Till the Sun Comes Up by Garth Brooks, and then I'm gonna grab that gun from Hale. I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna aim.
Oh my god, hold on, I'm gonna put this on in my head.
Hit him.
So this
Hit
is
him.
royalty-free music that the stream is hearing, just in case you're
Yeah,
wondering.
yeah. This is not the song, but it is similar.
It's
Okay.
yes. Are you targeting that same ship or the other one?
Oh, that's a good question.
Over the table, go for the same one. It's like
I'll
a
probably
pencil.
just go for the same one so that it's over. Yeah.
To make a systems roll with a +1 because it was repaired.
Okay. And that's how many again? 2?
36 +1.
Yep. That's what I thought.
I really like how they do. Well, I liked how they do space combat, but combat in general, I really like in these.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and re-roll both of those. Okay. Okay, great. That was an 8.
That's good enough.
Good.
You can
Suck
either
it,
do
Hale.
a broadside attack, which basically lets you do a second attack against this target, just against the odds. Targeted shot, which you don't really need because all their stats are garbage.
Okay.
Or crowd control, which also wouldn't do anything because your systems are only a +1. But broadside
cool.
is your best shot.
Good. That's what I'm doing.
So roll an attack, 3d6,
All right.
plus your savvy.
Jesus, you're not gonna believe this. And 9.
And what's your lowest die?
1.
1 point of damage, which is enough in ship-to-ship combat.
Oh. There you go.
That's a 6, which I believe means that we roll twice and keep both results.
You
Which is-
fucking you.
-1 body and -1 mobility. Your shot rips through the engines and it explodes, just tearing into the hull of this ship. The entire thing just becomes one ball of fire.
All right.
Top of the second round. You're all first.
Well, shit, y'all want to do the same thing, or y'all want me to get out of here?
I think we should go.
There are more ships. These are the 2 that were close enough to fire on you.
I was gonna ask how many.
Many.
Can okay.
Yeah. I say we keep zooming.
Mhm.
Obviously, shoot the guys who got close,
Yeah.
but
Alright, then yeah, I'm gunning it.
I
Was
step
it,
away from the
You're
gun, and when I
still
do, I
evasive,
like
or is
wink
there
at
one
Hale.
that's...
It's mobility, so it's just at a +0. No, sorry, your mobility is a -1 now.
Ugh. How do I
Sorry, my
fix
whole
that?
internet like died for 2 seconds. What?
Oh no. Yeah, just roll your mobility at a -1. Oh no! Pause the
We
internet.
lost
We
her. We dead.
and when the world needed her most.
It's fine. Boz was gonna succeed. Boz is a terrific pilot.
Mm-hmm.
We enter another evasive maneuver and just zip up and out of the system. They're gonna take one parting shot at you. With some difficulty.
Better be.
Which
I have difficulty on
is...
this ship.
It would be a 7 to hit, but they need a 9. The shot just goes wide. We lose them in the vacuum space. If you'd like to take a shot, could try to destroy that ship so that no one can claim the bounty.
Can I encourage him again?
Yeah.
You got this. Just aim right there and you should be good.
Who the hell is fancy trying to... Anyway. Yeah, we'll aim the mining laser back around and take a shot.
He's back. Hey.
Okay. So that is a 2, 5, and a 4. So 9 to hit, 2 damage.
Okay.
I'd like to make that a broadside.
So I need to see what that hits. That hits the
actually.
body, which is the only stat that you could possibly have hit that isn't going to blow it up. So we definitely need that broadside
Sounds
shot.
about right, Hale.
This is...
Okay, that is a 6, a 5, and a 6. So clearly bullying works. So 12 to hit, 5 damage.
I'm just
Doesn't
bringing up
matter
the
what I
hit,
roll.
Betty.
The Void Voyager goes up in one final reactor-sized explosion. And no one is claiming that bounty. That is 4 creds lost to the void of space. But you have your passenger. You have escaped with your lives and with only minor damage. The Wayward Sun streaks off, ready to hand in this bounty. These ill-begotten gains, which, of course, the bounty board doesn't care who turns it in, as long as it's done. You're handed over your 4 creds for a bounty brought in alive. And with that, is there anything that you'd all like to do? It's a fairly long trip back to drop off this bounty.
I feel like if there's like one point in time in which like there is a moment with like just Hale and Boz in the cockpit or anywhere else, like the smoke and mirrors kind of drop and the goose kind of drop, and still like looking straight forward in business mode, like driving, but we'll just be like, Hale, I really am sorry. I know I give you shit and everything when I felt something awful about it all, and I'm just glad we got you out of there, even if you hate my guts.
Just gonna see Hale in the cracked mirror at this point. I gotta crack that thing.
I've replaced it with another one. I have so many.
He's gonna get up and slowly start walking over. Every second I was in that place, all I could think was how I was going to get you back for it. When I got out, you are lucky there's a lot of people who are more mean than you are and need bashing their heads in, you idiot. Kind of just put a big old palm to your head and give you a noogie. It's just, I'm gonna rip your throat out, but you are on a long list. You get to live for now. And I understand the bullying knocks the head away a little bit. You gotta be big in front of your lady.
Hey, how'd you know? Is it that obvious I got something bad for her? Cause damn.
The day is long. Jeez.
All right. Well,
I mean,
look, I just missed you. All right. And if you decide you need to make it even, I'll accept it. I deserve it. But I'm glad you're back.
Oh, I'm holding on to it.
Oh yeah.
You ain't getting off the hook that easy.
Absolutely. I would honestly be
For
disappointed
you
if I did.
and your habit.
I kind of switched it up a little. Instead of gambling, I've been doing some pickpocketing. That's been fun.
That's just gambling, but physically.
It does give me a bigger rush.
But you have a problem. You have a problem. I'm gonna knock you upside the head with something.
Sense?
No. No sense, it wouldn't stick. Rebar pipe, maybe. I'll look around the ship. You keep us flying
I got
straight
my
till
tire
then.
iron. I
Maybe
pull
I'll-
it out of my boot.
Tell you what. Maybe I go send some nice words on Fancy. See how you feel about that.
Are you gonna wingman for me? Or was that a sarcastic nice?
Oh, we gonna have a long talk. You gonna be up here in your cockpit, all alone. Oh my goodness. And you're gonna have to think about, what am I saying to Fancy? I could be quite a charming fella, I have you know.
Oh, I know.
When?
And I'll leave you on that and just
You like turn to walk away and you do get like just bum rushed with a hug from behind for like 2 seconds. And then like you turn around and she's back in the seat.
thank you, boss.
I'd switch off of Garth Brooks and back to Dolly.
Anyone else?
I think Quinn is just acquainting herself with her new gun and trying to figure out how she can make it so that it doesn't blast her with heat in the face every time she fires.
So it is a setting that you can turn off or turn on. It is a high quality tungsten revolver. It fires just little superheated just strips of metal more than bullets. The superheated function means that you would be rolling 5d6 with every attack, and the lowest 2d6 is how much damage you're doing. But you take half of it. If you turn it off, then you're just rolling 4d6.
Damn.
I love this
That's
gun.
enough.
Would you be taking the weapon out, like... I'm sure this ship has a built-in firing range. It was a military vessel.
Yeah, she'd be using it at the firing range and stuff. Like, because first things she'd be doing would be inspecting it, make sure there's nothing broken on it, do a deep cleaning on it, because who knows what he's been doing with that gun by himself. And and then once she's satisfied that it's not going to blow up in her face, then she would take it down to the firing range.
When you go to aim, there's just this little holographic figure that pops up and a voice that calls out, "Well, hi there! I see that you're trying to operate a firearm, but I don't see that you have the Arkwright Industries authorization. If you could just go ahead and present that to me, I'd be happy to let you fire this beautiful piece of technology."
I hope you're good with technology, Rat. I need you to get rid of this thing in here.
Or
This.
I can make you a deal.
I'm
Oh
listening.
no.
I'll bypass the authorization needed to fire this beautiful piece of weaponry. But before you die, you need to return me to my rightful owner.
And who's your rightful owner?
You would just get a stream of data that's sent to like a nearby terminal of like this manufacturing company on some distant world in some factory to some manufacturer to some factory owner who's probably been dead for a long time.
What if I die outside of, in circumstances that I wasn't quite expecting, so I wasn't able to get you to your...
Well, then your next
Rightful
of
owner.
kin will be on the hook, as they say, for the price of this firearm.
I think that's a deal.
Great. I will consider that a verbal contract. Your next of kin will be billed 400 credits should you pass away.
Passing the buck. I love it.
I'm dead. I'll be dead. Who cares?
Who the heck cares? And it's a Western. Why do we care?
And you are free to fire the weapon down the fire. Anyone else?
For that fight,
Mhm.
there was probably a few times during the next couple days where somebody had to put a spoon under Hop's nose just to make sure he's still breathing, because he is old and he lost a lot of blood.
Are you just sleeping like a dad in a chair?
That's
Yeah,
like,
We're
that's what I was gonna do was check on Hop, be like, is he okay? Like,
Ah, what? Yep, no, I'm good. What's up? Where are we?
still in the ship. You just rest. We're on our way somewhere. We'll wake you up when you get there. And I'm like, and I like find some kind of like blanket or cloth or whatever, and like and I just like tuck him in a little, and it's like just pat his little head, and
Good.
and then I assume Hale is walking back towards us, and I'm gonna walk past Hale, and as I do, I'm gonna flip him off, and then I'm gonna go to the cockpit.
Just grab you by the wrist, like, you keep being mean to me, you're gonna have some nice words coming your way.
Like she's
Just-
gonna.
Just like again, lets your wrist go and walks away. Just
And I'm like gonna just kind of like, I just keep walking, and as like I go inside the cockpit, I'm gonna be like, "Boz, Hale just said the funniest thing," and like shut the door.
What did he say? Oh my god! Hold on. He didn't mean it. It was a lie, right? Or it wasn't. Or what? What'd he say? Exactly. If it was about me, it's probably a lie, unless it wasn't.
No, is
Okay.
no. You know what? It doesn't matter. So I was looking in that manual. And I'm gonna be like, find any reason to talk to Boz about this manual. Like,
Yeah. It's like, I don't think he's gonna kill me anymore for a while, but I am still more than willing to teach you how to drive this thing.
Well, I mean, he's not gonna kill you. I won't let him. I don't, and I'll be honest, I don't
Appreciate the
think
sin.
I don't think Quinn or a Hop would either. Although Hop's a bit slow. I mean, he can take a bullet.
I think Hop's the reason I'm still alive, if we're gonna be honest, and so
I
I'm
think that
really
makes probably two
rooting
of
for a
us.
few more years there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
As
Uh,
my house could just come back. Hale, Fancy's a good kid. But I can see how you treat her. You should be a little nicer if you, I can tell you like her.
Hold it.
I'm gonna give you
You
this
smell
one.
toast.
I'm gonna give you this one for free because you're old. Pat you on the shoulder. And you lost a lot of blood. And, well,
Yeah. You don't happen to be like Tybo, do you? I'm hurting.
oh, buddy. Come on now, let's get you somewhere comfy.
Well,
you smell toast. Oh God.
payday in hand, you're all able to take some time to rest, to definitely stop and consider your lives and realize the path that you're on has brought nothing but destruction and chaos and crime, and surely it's time to turn a new leaf. Or
wait,
Maybe
wait, sorry.
for Hop.
Whoa, where did that come from?
Mhm.
I
mean, Hop is old. I'm just
oh,
getting started.
it just happened. It just happened. I don't know.
Or we just go back to the life of crime, and bounty hunting, and bar fights, and drinking, and pickpocket.
Sounds like a
sounds
good time to me.
that
Yeah.
sounds pretty interesting.
I mean, I
We're
think
all, like,
having money in the
high-fiving
bank
each
doesn't
other in a
stop us
circle.
from doing that. Yeah.
So, just
It
to
was just for fun.
before we close out the session, just the little bit of bookkeeping that this game has at the end for anyone that happens to want to run this for yourselves in a campaign type setting, which is what it is more meant for. You do what's called balancing the books. You assess the credits gained versus the debts that you gained. You gained 4 credits. You do have 1 debt because your ship does need repairs. Leaves you at a +3, so we roll on the positive table twice. Which is, you would lose an unfriendly contact, but you don't have any of those. All of your ship stats are repaired to full. And whoever you have in mind, whoever you would consider a friend, now owes you a favor. But
I have friends.
with that, we are going to bring this game to a close. A successful bounty captured, friend released from incarceration, and nobody died. Even if it was very, very close for some of us.
Despite my best efforts.
Same, honestly.
Thank
That
you
part
all
of
so
my
much
budget.
for being here. Thank you to my lovely cast who came to put on this epic performance for us. Now there we go. That's the right. I do want to go around one more time and give everyone a chance for you to tell the people who you are and where they can find you on the internet. And then we'll find someone to raid. So we'll again go in clockwise order, starting for me, which means that first up is Dirk.
Me? Most hated and evil one of all? How could I? Hey everybody, I am Turk, or Turk Accented if you want to put it on there, I guess. Weird. Freaky, I like it. Anyway, I had the great time playing Hale, who is very hardy. And yeah, if you want to see more of me, first, of course, consult the doctor. But beyond then, you can find me tomorrow over on Neon Lights Roleplay in By His Shadow Peace, where I'll be playing God's favorite Marine, a Space Marine. And it's a I should say a bit more. It's a 40k Wrath and Glory mystery series. So while there are a lot of big guns, there is combat. There's also investigation, murder, intrigue. It's got a little bit of everything, a little bit of the ultra violence, in case you so inclined. But on Thursday, I'll be here for Delta Green Impossible Landscapes, as we just had a big series of things happen. And it was a great time. If you haven't been able to catch those videos, you absolutely should. It's really fun. I am also playing God's Favorite Marine there, but it's different. And you'd know that if you watch. Beyond that, I'll be over on Neon Lights next week for Galglim, which is a Yiddish fantasy gone rogue in Rogue 2E. We are trying to National Treasure style race the Livonian Order for a buried remains of an army from ancient days, so that we can give them a proper burial before they are, christened and all Catholicized and all that. So that's pretty fun. Then last transmission on the 25th, and then I'll finish with Oathsworn, which is the campaign that I run over on Neon Lights Roleplay, which is Greek fantasy meets Greek mythology meets this epic level fantasy. Smush that together. You have Oathsworn, and except everyone is also very emotional, and it makes me cry sometimes, but like in a good way. It's weird. It's like this game. Anyway, and then the day after that, I have to follow up with Nova somehow, which will be here, and you should all watch, or else I'll be sad. And I'm an ugly crier. So that's a threat. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining us, and support the people you see on your screen here, because they're all incredible. And remember to be good or else.
This hail's coming for you.
I mean, yeah, basically. That's the lesson. That's the thing,
Over to Holly.
All right.
It's apparently
so
the
yeah.
heartbreaker in this game.
I guess. All right. I mean, I am the lonely lover, so this tracks. But yes, no, I am OMG Holly D. I haven't got to play TTRPGs online that much. However, excitingly, I will be back here on Sunday with the Wild Sea with Lonnie, I do believe. Looney Shask. And then I do believe that then on the Tuesday after that, I'm going to be reprising my role as GM, the machinist for the Necrobiotic Part 2. It's gross. Everyone come listen to how gross it is. And if you like horror stuff, then yeah, come check that out. So I'm very excited about that. But yeah, other than that, I'll be kicking around hopefully a little more next month because I'm not in school. So, but that's it for me.
Yeah. Over to Taylor. Who is muted?
We can't hear you.
I thought I did unmute. I did not. I don't know what I clicked. I clicked something, but it wasn't unmute. But hi, Taylor _potato_ internet things. That stuff. You can find me. I don't know what my schedule is. Wednesday on High Shelf Collective is our penultimate episode for Ascension in Paradise, which has been like fun, flirty Baywatch out on the ocean, but cyberpunk, so it hurts, and both emotionally and physically, because it's a very deadly system, and they are about to get their ass handed to them in lots of different ways they don't know yet, so it'll be fun. They're putting the pieces together. I'm the storyteller for that, obviously, if that wasn't sure, whatever. Then on Saturday, also over on High Shelf Collective at 8 Eastern, we have a charity game. We are running Monster of the Week. J. Mark Accento is going to run that as a therapeutic game master. And so we are raising money for Guardians Mental Health, which is just a super awesome organization that was is rooted in and created in the gaming space and has lots of really great ways to help get different, mental health awareness and needs and assets out to the larger kind of gaming community and such. So we're excited to work with them. So come hang out for that. Also, if you go to our social, we're doing a giveaway of some Magpie stuff because thanks Magpie for sponsoring us. And then we're going to give away stuff on Saturday. So it should be a good, fun, probably very sad time as we've built our characters and there's good emotional things to pull on there. And then other than that, that's kind of I'm pretty much done after next week, and then I'm chilling. I've got stuff coming here. I don't have my calendar in front of me, so I only know this week because that's all my brain can handle at a time is this week. And that's that.
Fair enough. Brings us over to DJ.
Yeah, at DJ Stevosaurus on pretty much every social media. I have a far less impressive schedule because I don't have one. You can catch me over on Neon Lights Roleplay on A Blade's Will as Akihiro Inuzuka, the best boy doctor with a little dog. Other than that, always looking to get into more streams, so I'll probably be around here some more Neon Lights Roleplays, and who knows, I'll pop up in your favorite stream when you least expect it. That is a
Come to
threat.
High Shelf.
I will.
I pull everyone I play with me, so everybody just
Can
I
confirm.
make you all come play games with me.
Everyone should go check out High Shelf
no.
Collective.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
High Shelf Collective and Neon
There
Lights
is a turn game
Roleplay.
coming on High
Go
Shelf
check out
Collective.
both of them. They're both amazing channels. But that brings us over to Karish.
Hello. I'm Karish, Karish Valendar on social medias. We're kind of on a small hiatus because life and stuff, but I run a D&D 5e Ghosts of Saltmarsh campaign over on Torqueo Otto's channel. We're getting kind of close to the end of that. And we just wrapped up a Witcher campaign, and we'll be starting a Pathfinder campaign once life settles down a little bit. But I'm not leading that one. I'm just a player in it.
Love to hear it.
Yeah. Let's see, what do I have coming up? The 22nd, you can catch me here for Call of Cthulhu, and I'll try to keep up my string of not dying in games here, but we'll see.
You will see.
I will. Let's see. And then
You
next
chose
Friday...
the worst game to do that.
I know, but
If there's anything I know about Call of Cthulhu, it's death. That's all I know about it.
This channel has a 50% kill rate thus far.
It does.
We're looking to improve that stat.
I will say that all of my characters I've never died on have never died in a Call of Cthulhu game, and I've played in some year-long campaigns.
Have you seen my
sealed the
record?
casket there.
I know.
Have you seen my record?
Poop out here about to show it the Killmonger marks.
I know, he's like, what can I do to bring this
You got close in the Pathfinder game. You got real close to killing me then. But yeah, next Friday is over on the Paths and Dragons channel. We actually just finished up season 1 of our Monster of the Week game, and so we're doing kind of an in-between season where 2 of the remaining monster hunters are gonna have a heart-to-heart because some things happen. So they need to resolve that before the next season begins. And I think that's all I really got coming up, because busy end of school year stuff and all that stuff.
Yeah. Guess that just leaves me. I, of course, am Andrew, your storyteller for tonight's game and most games around here. Although, if you do want to come and join us to roll some dice with us in one of our many games, you can do so, because our casting call for next month is open. It is Pride Month, so we have a whole bunch of big gay dice games that I am so excited for, because they're so much fun. But yeah, we'd love to have you. We love having new people, new guests. Yeah, I think other than that, that's all I got. This was so much fun. Go Orbital Blues, go check it out at this link that I totally had ready and definitely not just pulling it up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
If I could spell properly. There. Haha! See, told you. Had it the whole time. Go check it out there. Super fun game. But that is all I have. I'm gonna throw it over to Magi RPG. Bunch of awesome nerds over there. And of course, as always, be good people, do good things, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.